All right, guys. Oh my God, actually, it hurts a little bit more than I thought. It's to talk. Hmm. Let me let me see if I can get me a little bit of a green screen, a little bit more of a green screen. You know what? We're going to do this. Ouch. All right, man. You know, uh, hey guys, man, it says nothing. How's everybody doing, man? It's good to see you guys. We got some shit to talk about, man. God, I can't just go away peacefully, get put under, go to another world, and come back and just be normal, right? I was going to come on a few minutes ago. I had to. I'll be honest with you. It was funny because I went to go talk and nothing came out, and I was like, "Oh no!" I was like, "Oh no! Oh no!" You know. I just had to sit here and talk to Lola out loud for a little while. I got my voice back a little bit, but it hurts like hell. Uh, uh, so we're gonna wait. I got people coming in here. I hope you guys are having good. But listen, if you don't know what's going on right now, guys, everything that I kind of suspected about the fair, oh, it's way bigger than you can ever fucking imagine. Unless you've heard already, it's a doozy, guys. It's a doozy. This right here, okay. Well, we let the Epstein files. We didn't let them slide. The other people let them slide. So don't ever be fooled, right? Uh, the uh, the the amount of corruption, the rug pulls, the market manipulations, the endless turn the other way douchebags called MAGA. You know what? At this point, right now, after what we're going to talk about right now, there is no communication with these people, dude. There's no listen. I don't know what kind of principles you were raised on, but I'm going to tell you this right now, dude. You can only look at somebody that's fucking you so bad every single time, and then the people that just act like you're the asshole for pointing it out before that it's war, And let me tell you something, guys. It's a doozy. What's just been released? It's a fucking doozy, dude. So let's get to cracking. We can. I can go back and answer shit. But and everybody that's in here, check in, say what's up, because it's not like TikTok. I mean, it's not like our other lives where we have to, where I can see who's in here. I like to see who's up in here. But listen, this absolute piece of shit has done exactly when I saw the bullshit. Remember, we were joking about it last night, guys, right? Hi, guys. Hi to everybody. Remember when I was joking about it the other night about the arch, right? I was like, look, that looks like a toddler made an arch and put 3 gold things on the top, right? Well, so come to find out, so this was just announced a couple hours ago, and it's not. This isn't like a news. Sorry guys, I had to redo my whole thing because Lola was covered in blood when I got back. Oh God, that's another story. So all right, we're just going to get down to it. So in 2016, they knew that they were going to have the Freedom 250. Remember, we talk about it all the time. I said 2 years ago, Trump was talking about the big 250. It was going to be a year long. You remember, we were talking about that when we first started talking. I'm like, what happened to that party, right? Well, it was the Freedom 250 was an American event. Okay. So what has happened is Trump hijacked it, like everything. Now they had a couple $100 million in a reserve for it, right? Trump switched it. No, it was called America 250 or something. So what Trump did is go in there and switched it to calling it Freedom 250 or whatever the ones. I don't want to. Semantics is semantics here. whatever the one was, the original, they switched it out and went to it, and they called it a different name. They took the money that was in the coffers for the fucking event, hundreds of millions of dollars. What did I tell you? What did I tell you? This douchebag got his hand in there and took the money and left. This guy, dude, what the fuck is he doing in office, dude? What is he doing in office? It's going to get worse. Oh, it's going to get worse. If you're an American and you're not a piece of shit, you buckle up. So they've announced and they've shown all the wire transfers. They've got them on wire fraud. They've got them on, oh my God, they got them on so much shit. So what he was doing, there was a minimum $250 million budget that was a minimum already paid for by you, me, everybody. We paid for it. Go figure. We paid for it. It's been accruing interest since the beginning, since January 1st, 2016, in a congressional bid. So you can imagine how much money $250 million in a high interest account has garnished over the years, 10 years. I mean, do the math, guys. If you know how the shit works, do the math. I mean, God, it's probably $1 billion, probably close to it. Maybe more. Who knows? Because you don't know what they, you know what I mean? So what he did is reach in there, switch. You guys, make sure you're liking the live and everything, guys. Please help. It shares. It gets it out to more people on YouTube. Please make sure you guys are liking. We got to do this shit, guys. Make sure you're liking whatever, man. I mean, I hate to be that guy that has to say this all the time, but we got to get this. I got to get this shit cracking out of here, man. Just wait. I got the video. Trust me. I'm going to play it here in a second. And so he switched it to, let's just say it was called America 250. Trump's team got in there and labeled it Freedom 250, had his people call the congressional bookkeeper or whatever, transferred all but $50 million out of that account in 2025. Think about this. Left $50 million in there. Why do you think the event looks so fucking low budget? Wait till you see my video. Oh my God, wait till you see my video. Sorry guys, this hurts, Wait till you see my video. It's worse than you think. I haven't had the time to take a look at the arch. Listen, I got a video of somebody walking up to it. It's just like a cardboard box, basically, with a sheet that looks like bricks. It's just a piece, like a sheet from your bed that looks like bricks, guys. Yeah. And then there was an event where they had the girls, the high school, marching band people that had won the competition that were doing a dance on the stage. It was done so terrible, the fucking shield, the metal rafting fell down on the stage. And to be honest with you, I think that was God looking out for those little girls, man. They weren't little girls. They were like high school age, maybe a little older. I don't know. I can't tell, but they're young, It's a dance squad up on the stage. And because of the shoddy shit, it was a big thing, and it fell right between them while they were practicing. I'm talking, it would have killed 5-6 people easy. It just happened to fall right between them, and the girls were freaked out. I would have never got back on that stage. I would have never got back on the stage. So, for the people chiming in and chiming back out, man, you guys are low rent, man. I'm sorry, bro. But turning the other eye to this and thinking this is some kind of, it's not. So, I just want you guys to hear a little taste of what's going on here. So, let me finish. So, they took all the money but $50 million out. Now, this is where it gets even more interesting, guys. Remember why Trump was in Davos? And I was like, why was he in Davos, dude? The president doesn't go to Davos. The presidents don't go to Davos while they're in office. That's not how it works. And everybody's like, yeah, they do. No, they don't. The presidents don't go to Davos. That's a separate entity. That's not what they do. They just don't do it. Well, he was there, and just one of many. So. As we expected, everywhere Trump went, his snail trail followed behind him. China, which we've already uncovered. right? Did I not tell you about everything that you guys found out? Like a couple weeks later, I told you all the deals, and his little brother, his sons were following along and signing deals behind him as he drove around. Yeah, which is highly illegal. Well, it was even worse. So what they did. Now this should make you turn over in your fucking grave. Or your parents turn over in their grave. What they did is sell even more access to Trump. They approached all the companies that had invested in the Freedom 250, Boeing, Lockheed, fucking GE, whatever. They approached them and said, hey, I know you've invested, but if you invest over here, we'll make sure you get the contracts you're looking for. And it's all caught. Every last one. Not like this is groundbreaking information. Well, this is groundbreaking information, yeah. But this is what's going on in the fucking White House. And this is what MAGA has looked past the children getting fucked and looked past the gas and the food and the rug pulls and the market manipulation and the genocide and think about it, man. Think about it. There's no room for these people, dude. And now they're just these scumbags, nothing's gonna change the way any of these dumb shits do anything, right? They'll just be like, it's a Democrat hoax. Oh no. So I'm gonna play a little piece because this is brand new information, guys. It's bad, guys. This is and this is big. So they've got him on wire fraud. They've got him on wire fraud like 100 and something times because everybody wires money. Nobody everybody wires money. So, and then check this out. Oh yeah. Oh, this gets crazy. So as if soliciting our own businesses, our own entities to the government, right? When he was in Davos, he had the Saudi royal family. He had the fucking, you name it, the who's of the douchebags and the money, right? And the same thing. And he let them shape the Freedom 250 event. He let foreign countries dictate how the Freedom Fair should go. Like it was part of the package. You could do this. How do you want to do that? You invest here, over here, Tucky. You can do this. It doesn't matter. I don't know, bro. Now you see why they're fucking banning me. They keep banning me and banning me and banning me. Oh, and I want to say something before we keep going. This is how bad I'm getting banned. So that nice little video I made of the nice little video of them climbing the tower yesterday. I just got out of surgery. I went on there. My video is going viral on TikTok, right? They banned me. They banned me for that video. That's how bad they don't want me to go out because my video was going viral again. I told you they don't let me. They don't let me. They get banned. And I'm like, what? There's no way you could ban me for that video. Yup. Contains violence and something else. Violence and nudity or something. I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about? Yeah, bro. William, this isn't a clusterfuck, bro. This is diabolical, bro. And this actually hurts me really bad to be talking about. Dude, I don't care, bro. I saw this. Let me, it's hard for me to, I wonder if I do this. I wonder if I take the green screen off. Hold on, guys. Let's try something. Green screen, none. Let's go here. All right. Let's go here. Now let's see if I can show you the video a little bit better. Okay. I'm going to show you a part of the video I'm working on right quick. Okay. You guys buckle up, man. You better be pissed off about this because we can't let this. Listen, dude. What the fuck what is going on, man? What is going on? What is going on, dude? Wait till you hear this. Wait till you hear this, guys. Whenever I tell you something, you can take it to the bank.
Against the obstruction and resistance of our Republican colleagues, we are dragging this fiasco out of the shadows and shining a bright light on the corruption and fraud surrounding Freedom 250. America's 250th birthday is being run by a shadow company you've never heard of. Freedom 250 has raised start at the beginning. In 2016, Congress did something rare. Republicans and Democrats came together and created a commission called America 250 to plan the 250th. They built it to be nonpartisan on purpose, so no president could ever make the country's birthday his own. Then Donald Trump decided he wanted something different. He wanted a party he could use for his own personal, political, and financial gain. So he created his own shadow entity to circumvent and supplant America 250. They call it Freedom 250. On paper, it's a shell company registered in Delaware through the same anonymous vendor the president uses for his other businesses, but lodged inside the National Park Foundation, the charity that's funded our national parks for 50 years. Part of a charity, the LLC could take in huge sums of money without ever naming who or where it came from. This arrangement lets them sell access to the president, collect checks from anyone willing to pay, and keep every donor's name secret. All they starved America 250.
So I'm only playing a bit because my video will be out when we get up here, guys. It's only about another minute and a half, 2 minutes long. I'll have it right when we get done, guys. And I made some good clips to it too. It's so much worse than you can imagine, dude. I just want to let you know that this isn't some kind of, no. They've got the paperwork. Remember, this was supposed to be about America. You see how Trump did it around his birthday all of a sudden, and they did it. So, yeah, so he stole. I mean, you got to think, dude. They put $250 million in an account in 2016, and he took all of it but $50 million and kept it. So they used $50 million to fund that party. Why do you think nobody showed up? Why do you think nobody wanted to perform there? They were probably trying to do quick quid pro quos. Come perform and take a picture with Trump. Everybody's like, shit, you couldn't even get Milli Vanilli to do it. You know what I mean? So, what's going on here? Right? How many times are we going to say, you know what? So he's in there. He's fucking children. Okay. You guys are looking past that. Okay, the genocide thing, all right. I mean, just think about it. All the people that were supposed to be arrested. Yeah, and let's talk about that real quick. Let's talk about that. So, MAGA, let's talk about that. How about how you guys want to address what Hillary Clinton said yesterday? You know what I'm saying? Because it's funny. Now I'm watching MAGAs talking about Hillary. These people are absolute brain dead morons, dude. Because Hillary's like talking good about Trump now. What did I tell you, dude? What did I tell you, bro? They're best friends. She was like saying all kinds. I can't even just go look at it. Just look at it. Talking all kinds of good shit about Trump. Like, that's her friend. And it's despicable, dude. Meanwhile, we're out here struggling. I can't keep a roof over my head. I'm in surgery all the fucking time trying to survive. Yeah. And this dude is stealing every fucking dollar known to mankind. And then to have the fucking audacity to turn off the Medicaid and Medicare is going to be gone after the first, your Social Security. I mean, God damn. Just imagine, man. Just imagine being a part of these people. Just imagine these people that are still like, that's my fucking guy, man. You guys are crazy. And then they leave their little, the same remarks you're ever going to see. Oh, you're a liberal. You're just a dumb liberal. No, we're not, motherfucker. We're not. We're a smart no party person. How about that? You're a dumb, cooking, super big gulp club. That's what they should call it now. MAGA super big gulp club. They should walk around with big gulp fucking on the side of their hats, sucking and jiving. That's all these dumbasses do. So this is major. So at the end of this video, he says, he has to say at the end about the wire fraud, he has to be careful. And he says, this is potentially serious wire fraud. So that means, you know what that means, They got to be, man. They got to be, Karen. They got to be. Listen, I tell people all the time, it's Trump is a 33rd degree Mason, right? And it's black magic. We've talked about it almost daily. He comes out, they come out, hey, he is the Epstein files, He's diddly bopping on, he's sucking Bill Clinton's D and doing this and doing that and doing this and doing that. And he's like, I'm not in there. Got the files released. There you go. Bam. Told you I was innocent. And they're like, oh yeah, you're right. You are innocent. That's mind control, dude. Yeah. Programmed, basically. You're exactly right. The Jolly Ginger. Yeah, I can't stand that dude, man. I didn't see that he was with them, dude. But dude, I can't stand that dude, bro. So Jolly Ginger was with Trump. That guy, man. Listen, that guy's a D bag, dude. That guy's a D bag. I'm not one of those people who like to talk about other people like that, unless it's something like him, you know. But that guy's he's just a dude. He's a fucking weirdo, man. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Thanks for bringing up the Air Force, too. By the way, this afternoon, the head of the Air Force was fired. Remember, on Friday of last week, the chief of staff for the Army was fired. But I tell you, he's liquidating everything, guys. There's no military left to address him. And watching MAGA be like, yep, it's an inside job. Yep. That's the White Hats. No, it's not. Then he puts some kid that's never done anything in his life. That kid, you saw the picture that I posted that was in jail for the January 6th thing? Yeah, he's in charge of SOCOM, Special Operations. Man, bro, listen, man. My family's military, bro. My family, if they were alive right now, they would be turning and they would be, oh, my God. My dad, imagine my uncle. Imagine my uncle. What do you think my uncle would say about this? They're probably mad at us. They're probably like, what are you people doing? Because they were ready to turn up over 9/11. My God, we've let everything slide. We've let everything slide. America's just, we're a fun park. That's what America is. We're the American 250 fun park, water park, where everything slides. You know, as long as you're a Republican, as long as you're with MAGA, dude, ain't no, you know. You might as well just walk around with your little ding dong out, freaking, you know, and taking freaking hammies from freaking, you know, the kids that are there with their parents to freaking take pictures. It's that bad. It's that bad, you know. You know it's bad when a group of people look away from that go after you that literally accept PDF files. Think about that, guys. Think about that. Think about the mindset, right? We all have things that have brought us apart from all that shit over there, right there. But there's something that you can never, ever, 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 you can never overlook, and it's pedophilia, dude. There's no accepting it, agreeing with it, making excuses for it, dealing with it, associating with it. Nothing. Period. Especially not the president. Biggest con artist ever, Kathy. I think the biggest con artist ever is it's almost an understatement, right? You're really right. It is the biggest con artist ever, but it's like you want to use a more grand word because it's the most diabolical, astronomical, supercalifragilisticexpialidocious fraudster con artist in American history. How about that? Well, that'll suffice. It's going to be a bitch to type it up and put it on Facebook, but you know that's the kind of words you need for this. Astronomical sums it up pretty well. The guy and the girl that climbed the building, she just happened to be 33 years old. Yeah, you know, there's always shit like that. You know what I'm saying, Karen? There's always stuff like that. But you know what? They climb buildings all the time, and that message to me was awesome, bro. You know, that message was awesome. They're not posting a message of they're not posting any type of thing. They're talking about when the love of power stops for the whatever it said. You know, I've got my mind. I just got out of surgery a couple hours ago, but yeah, they're not posting any kind of they. To be honest with you, man, that's probably one of my favorite videos I've ever done. I swear to you, it made me feel so. I don't know, man. I think the world needs to see that video, dude. I think the world has seen it, but I think the world needs to look at it every morning and should get up and take that message in, man. Get up and, you know, and just, I don't know, man. I think it's what the world needed right now, right? You know, it's sad because, Lviv, bro, just watch. You guys, right? We're the team over here, right? You guys watch. I'm going to post a video when we get done here. Just watch. Just watch. It's these people. It doesn't. Listen, guys. Listen. I'm going to say it again, and we've been saying it. I know I sound like a broken record, but you guys are thinking the same thing. So I'm not telling you guys nothing. You guys are on the same page as me all the time. We're always that's why we listen to each other, because we're on the same page. But listen, anybody that can make excuses for child PDF files and being the biggest one, okay, and blowing another president, what's a little fraud and debauchery and stealing everybody's money in the country? People, these people are so stupid. I talked about rug pulls. This is ironic. Just this morning, I was talking about Trump and doing his second rug pull, right? I'm like, dude, you guys didn't even say anything when he did his first or second rug pull. Oh, well, it's just businesses he's stealing from. Do you even know what I'm talking about? Yeah, it was the stock market. I said, oh my God, bro. And it was like there was like 100 people that were agreeing with him. I was like, see, that's why MAGA's so stupid, dude. No, he was stealing crypto from people. They were everyday people. It wasn't one company. It was, 100,000 there, 500,000 there, 20, people that had been investing in it, dude, They're like, oh, he's just stealing, as if the president's supposed to be stealing from American companies. You see how they're irrational? That's how they make it. Well, he was just stealing from companies. What? So the president of the United States is supposed to be back pocket, backdooring our companies too? There's no rationale for him, guys. It's strictly war. It's strictly civil war. I mean, unfortunately. And then, oh shit! And here's a doozy. And I hate to say this, but have you seen the videos going around up north? I think is it happening in New York? I can't remember where it's at. I don't want to tell you the wrong place, but there's 2 or 3 videos. I got them. Have you seen the ones with the black folks going around beating up all the white people? There's craziness breaking out that doesn't need to break out, bro. The black folks have lost their damn mind. It was bad, dude. Have you seen the video where they're all running? They're just beating up and hitting all the white people with baseball bats and shit. You seen all that? Crazy stuff, guys. That was this morning. I got that video before I went to the hospital. Exactly, Kathy. You're exactly right. It's crypto investors, man. A lot of people that don't understand crypto, they talk shit when people lose their money, and I get it, But you don't talk shit about people when they lose their investments. That's not civilized world. Just because you don't understand something, right? It's okay to not understand something and be happy for somebody that's figured shit out. Right? People spend more time trying to break down somebody that's figuring shit out. Oh, he doesn't know, right? Instead of being like, hey, bro, you know what? That's pretty awesome, dude. Shit, you want to show me? Listen to people, man. Don't knock success, bro. That's the worst thing you could ever do. Fuck, I love seeing successful shit. I ask people questions all day long. You see me everywhere asking questions, man. People need to stop with that weird shit. And that's how they get to where they laugh and think it's okay for Trump to steal the shit. She's asleep now, Michelle. She's asleep now. Oh, yeah, God, we didn't get a chance to talk about that. Man, listen, dude, I'm going to have to get something to drink, man. My shit's hurting really bad. Hold on, guys. Ow, shit. Ow. I'm not going anywhere, honey. Good girl. Good girl. I'm just standing right here, baby. All right. I came home today, Michelle. I think you saw the post, and I was like, hold on. I'm having it's been a rough day, dude. It's been rough, man. It's been a rough couple days. Oh my God. I never have any coughs. I'm getting some kind of crazy shit going on with all those. Right when you don't want to cough, you know what I'm saying? So I come home and I have a white comforter, and I'm like, oh my God, I freak out. I'm like, what is going on, dude? Lola's laying on the ground here on a towel that's got blood on it. And I'm like, dude, what has she done, dude? Is she okay? She just is. She's a potato, she's like a moving potato. So she can't get to certain areas when she itches. So she bugs out. She's never done this before. And she like ripped off a piece of her skin on her legs, both sides, and it was bleeding like hell. So I got home. So what I was trying to do is I could barely get it to my room. This is the crazy part. I was like, it was like everything I had to get back here, and I get back in here and I had to go get changed, go sit down, do a shower. That's why I had to redo all this shit. It's a pain in the ass, I had to take a shower with Lola. Poor thing, Yeah, she's sleeping now, man. It is what it is, dude, Guys, man, listen, man. Let me just tell you, I tell you every day. Just understand you don't got it as bad as you think you do, okay? Okay? I promise you that. So they didn't want me to leave the hospital today. So they were like, well, your vitals are still too high. And we are going to just admit you got to stay in here. You can't be. And I told I had a lady doctor that was there today, which was a nice change. She was actually pretty nice, And I was like, I can, dude, And they were like, well, do you have any? You have some family member that could come to your house to do it. I said, sir, why do you keep talking about my house? No. I said, I've been staying here. I said, I got lucky enough at the last minute to get my place now, but my dog's there. And they were basically going to admit me for the night because of my vitals. And I told them no. I was like, no, because if you get admitted and you leave, you know what I'm saying? Then it's almost a wrap for your insurance company. It's like teetering. It's like voiding your warranty. You know what I mean? It's like voiding your warranty. So you can only imagine, dude. That's you imagine coming back from a deep sedation and then just being like, oh my God, I'm back. You know what I'm saying? I'm fucking back. Shit. I actually got sick, which is tough, but yeah, so that's how my night went. And I'll be canceled. I'm almost canceled now. Yeah, you guys remember, you got to think, no chemo or nothing, right? That was a doozy. Yeah, I had to fight to keep my shit then. That's a doozy. That's how they work, guys. It's a hustle. It's a racket. It's a racket. You guys know that. It's a racket. You say no to their shit. Oh, you don't want to do this? Oh, well, shit. We're not going to treat you no more. You don't want to pay $500,000 for some chemo? Well, you know what? Guess what? It's done and done. Well, no, that's an option that you can take here, bud. You're not going to, stop my insurance. But like I said, missing the surgeries they do. I can't miss anything. I was going to reschedule my shit today. I moved it back a little bit. But they told me if I rescheduled it today, it's just a wrap. I was like, oh shit. But yeah, guys. So oh my God, and tomorrow's 4th of July, huh? Jesus Christ. Yeah, exactly, bro. I know, man. I know. And you don't buy into their system. You don't buy into their way. Doctors are super egotistical, right? They're super, they're all super egoed out, super, I'm the doctor here. I know better. All this school I got, you don't tell me nothing. They're all like that, So when you say you don't want to do this, it's a wrap, Oh, Kathy, thank you for bringing that back. I was going to talk. No, there's not. I don't believe it either. Well, I could say this, Kathy. I could say this. I could see a couple million for sure. I could just see it just because of, the stuff that had moved around and, you know what I mean? But there's no way that fair costs $50 fucking million. No way. But I've been saying that since day one. You guys know we talk about it from day one. I was like, bro, see, look, I've been a promoter forever. With my MMA business, like I throw events. I've done it. That's why I'm good at it. Being a bartender and owning bars and stuff. We throw events. Like I know how shit works. Like it's all very similar, man. When you're a promoter, if you're a top tier promoter, you can do anything. You can throw any of these events because you just understand how systems work and what needs to be done in your mind. A lot of that would have been, moving and trailers and electrical plugging in. You know what I mean? A lot of it would be stuff that you wouldn't, but nowhere near $50 million. Nowhere near. If you and I wanted to throw one of those out here in Toledo Park, the same size as that place over there, right? You wanted to do that, we could set that same shit up. I could have that same thing with the same wheeler finished, I could set that thing up, signed, sealed, and delivered for $10 million tops. You still got to pay for the cheap shit, but that's about what it would, I could get that done for $10 million with that shit. Yeah, See what I'm saying, Michelle? See what I'm saying? You've been there, my friend. You know how it goes. Yeah, so I'm not allowed to I'm not allowed to be outside, basically. I can't get anything in any of my wounds or anything like that. Up here under my thing and right here where they had the port thing hooked up. I can't be... Basically, I can't lose this room again. And I told him, I said, what do you mean? I'm lucky to get it. So I'm to the point now, I'm going to get this done. I want to get out of here, dude. I got to figure something out, man. Because today was like too much, man. You know what I mean? I'm scared about this. I'm not going to lie to you, man. I'm a real man about shit, man. I've been nervous about these surgeries, man. Shit about myself. You would be too, man. You know what I'm saying? There's nothing like this. When they tell you, there's a possibility that, that you might not wake up. Those suck. Most people have people there with them. Hey, it's okay, honey. It's all right, babe. We got you. I'm here. I'm going to be right here. No, I'm just, I hope somebody notifies somebody. Post it on my Facebook or something. I don't fucking know, And, dude, I had a breakdown today, bro. I had a breakdown. I was waiting for them to take me back. Oh, I almost didn't get a ride back. Yeah, they because I work on when you're in Medicaid and Medicare and you have surgery like that, they'll come and get you. Thank God for that, right? But they were trying not to take me back because I was past the last line. But the reason why I was past the limit was because of my vitals. They kept trying to hold me. And I was like, listen, dude, I'm not going to sit here, and wait till tomorrow at noon when the rides start back up again. And it's 4th of July. I probably would have been stuck there all weekend. It is, Michelle. I'm over it. You know what I mean? Hi, Renee. You know what I'm saying, Kathy? But see here, Kathy, here's how it works, okay? Those things still have structural, steel and frames and trailers, all right? So they still have trailers. They still have, they had to fabricate, even though it's cheap, okay? It's still a custom fabrication of an arch and then the fake gold eagles and shit. So you got to look at it as in it's 10 million is extremely the most expensive point, okay? From what I would figure I could probably get it done for, but that's still just, cheap. Think about things like Kanye West. You see Kanye West's new concert? He's got the spinning ball, the spinning earth below him. Those are millions of dollars for a show. The only reason I would say 10 million is just because of how many, Kathy. It's not so much the shit; it's just how much cheap shit. You know what I mean? Because there was like lines of cheap shit. It's not. It's not because of the thing, but it's just a whole bunch of filler tents and props and stuff down, and then one Ferris wheel, and then remember, it's got the big grand stage that was falling apart. You know, terrible shit, man. Terrible. It should be. They had $250 million set aside for it, guys. You know. They're not. They don't tell me that I'm done with surgeries right now. I have back on Tuesday. I have to have the other side graft, and we just kind of go from there, Kathy. You know, these doctors, they're just doing stuff to try to maintain it, to keep my shit down, because we can't find an oral surgeon. I'm trying to tell you, I gotta have a class action. I gotta have a medical malpractice lawsuit on deck. But you know, when I found out this is operating procedure, you know, listen. They're supposed to take my Medicaid, man, you know, and it's life or death. It's not just because I'm going for a checkup here. No, I need to have my stuff done and reevaluated by oral surgeons, and it's impossible. No, I know you're agreeing with me. I know you are, Kathy. You're a smart lady. You know what was regarded. You know damn well there won't no 50 million. You know that 50 million, Kathy. Me and you could have gone and got that sucker done for 10 million. We could have taken everybody else here on a cruise around the world, and you could have played casino the whole time. You could have done everything. We'd have 40 million bucks, guys. Trump has bled. He has taken every fucking thing down I mean, think about it. Every time you turn around, I'm catching his hand in the cookie jar, dude. You know, there's not even a hand in the cookie jar. Hell, he's got his hand in the cookie factory, you know. But the fact that they caught him, we talked about them being in Davos. You remember when we had our little meeting here in Davos? I said, why is he in Davos, right? And I mean, come on, we knew better. We knew better. You knew there was some bullshit going on, you know. Grab them by the cookies. Yeah, for sure. But man, listen, dude, every red-blooded American better be pissed about this, dude. I mean, come on, dude. Like, get it together, dude. Straight up. So now he's stolen billions more. Now, mind you, he just stole from us again, you and I. Let's just say this. Let's say Congress took $250 million and put it in a trust, a high yield, hedge fund, right? Maybe do like a medium risk hedge fund and get yourself like an 8% return on it, and put it away for 10 fucking years, like that was, right? Make some fucking $1 billion, you know what I mean? And take that money and put it towards the people, put it towards me, put it towards you, getting help, Did he fucking really? He stole gold scissors? No way, bro. You got to be kidding me. This can't be real. This can't be real. He stole gold scissors? Jesus. Who caught him? The commission for it. They caught him. The commission, it was a bipartisan commission that was in charge of it. And when he changed it in 2025, they monitored everything, and that's why they came out and gave you the formal speech tonight. He's in charge of parks and that division of this guy. He's in charge of all that shit.
To celebrate our 250th.
I'll let you hear it again.
Against the obstruction and resistance of our Republican colleagues, we are dragging this fiasco out of the shadows and shining a bright light.
Just listen again.
On the corruption and fraud surrounding Freedom 250. America's 250th birthday is being run by a shadow company you've never heard of. Freedom 250 has raised start at the beginning. In 2016, Congress did something rare. Republicans and Democrats came together and created a commission called America 250 to plan the 250th.
Hold on, guys. I gotta adjust my thing. Hold on.
So no president could ever make the country's birthday his own. Then, Donald Trump decided he wanted something different. He wanted a party he could use for his own personal, political, and financial gain. So he created his own shadow entity to circumvent and supplant America 250. They call it Freedom 250. On paper, it's a shell company registered in Delaware through the same anonymous vendor the president uses for his other businesses, but lodged inside the National Park Foundation, the charity that's funded our national parks for 50 years. Part of a charity, the LLC could take in huge sums of money without ever naming who or where it came from. This arrangement lets them sell access to the
I was supposed to go get more shit. I'm trying to keep it with the kit they gave me. I can't keep this little hole covered up. It's like in a bad position. I got soaked cleaning Lola.
The America 250 Commission was promised $100 million.
Renee, I'm getting ready to post my video with it. Make sure you share my shit, please. I shouldn't have to tell you guys. Share. I got a good video putting out together. Please share my goddamn shit. I'm not gonna have to. Golly, I shouldn't even have to ask you. You know what I'm saying? You know what, Kathy? Probably none. Remember, the whole fake news thing was okay. We know they're fake news, right? Oh, this shit hurts, dude. It's getting ripped off my skin, dude. Hold on, guys. Like I'm supposed to go to the pharmacy and get the shit, because they gave me a little sting and I messed it up trying to put it on, and now my shit, I don't want it to bleed on my shirt. Look. They made Trump did it's all done so that, if you hear anything bad, it's fake news. If you hear anything good, it's real. You know what I mean? So even if they put it on the news, Fox is the biggest propaganda machine ever. If you actually pull yourself out and look at Fox is worse than all of them combined. But they had you thinking Fox and CNN are the two worst ever. With NBC, they're all bad. I don't watch any of them. But that's why they need citizen journalists like what I do and you do. It's citizen journalism, man. That's all it is. I'm sure it's on news stations. I'm sure. I don't know which ones will be complacent to do it, because they're all together. They all remember right when Trump took office, all the news media all got sold to Oracle's son, David. What's his name? The son. Yeah, I don't watch news at all, so I wouldn't be able to tell you. I don't know. I hate the news because it's just, it's just such bullshit, But I tell you what, I told you I stopped. I learned real young when I caught remember CNN pretended to be at the Gulf War, guys. They pretended to be at war. Think about that. A news company pretended to be at war and hide in a bunker. And they were making such a mockery of it. They were putting a World War II helmet on and like a World War I helmet. Remember? And they were like the news reporters. And oh my God, dude. It was the most embarrassing thing I've ever seen. Remember they said they were in Saudi Arabia and Scud missiles were coming in? God, and they were in Atlanta, Georgia. Yeah, you haven't seen my video on that, Michelle? You've never seen that? You guys have never listen. Why it bothers me so much is because remember I told you my stepdad was the first F-14 to fly into Iraq. Remember, he was a Top Gun instructor. I told you, and my mom was tripping. Here's my mom watching this shit. We were actually at the airport. That's how I remember. The irony about both Gulf Wars, right? Like that one, we were at the airport going to New Zealand, and my mom starts breaking down. And then when the second war started, was the day that I got to Florida. That's some crazy shit. Yeah, here I got. I'm not going to go down through my reels. I'll pull one up and show you. Wait till if you've never seen them fake this. Oh God, you've never seen this, Michelle. Yeah, buckle up, buckle up. Buckle up. And they joke, they call the people, dude. CNN fakes the first Gulf War.
My nurses came out in IV.
Damn it. I hate when somebody pops shit. I was doing something first.
My nurses came out.
Okay, here you go, guys.
An outgoing Patriot ground-to-air missile, some reported airbursts that may have been an intercept. Missile going out. We're not quite sure. This is what we can show you on television right now because of military restrictions from both the Saudis and the U.S.
CD, if you need to take cover, I notice that you've got your gas mask in your hands. If you need to put it on, please do so. If you need to take cover.
CNN's Carl Rochelle is here with me. Just came up. Carl, I know we can't be very specific given these restrictions, but within those parameters, what did you see? Well, what I saw, I didn't see anything yet. I looked very almost straight above us, and there's a vapor trail coming from my right to my left, and there's a cloud of something that looks like it might have been an explosion of cloud. The white city. Charles Jacob, CNN, reporting live from Saudi Arabia. Look at this. Look at this. Look at this shit. Really bad. What do you say? Boy, I almost look stupid. A couple of explosions. What may have been an outgoing Patriot.
He says a lot worse shit. I got to go watch my video. He says a lot worse shit. Oh, the American people are such gullible. They believe any damn thing. Yeah, that's exactly right. MAGA, when stupid people think they're smart, dude. Yeah, exactly. It's fucking incredible, dude. Yeah. So basically, you saw a World War I and World War II helmet. Then the dude puts a gas mask on. Remember, he's supposed to be in the studio. No, he's supposed to be outside in Saudi Arabia. The dude comes up, remember, and he's like, I saw a vapor trail, and it looked like a vapor trail, and I saw the swirl from, that's what he was saying, and the swirl from the missile, so they're getting close, you know. They were in Atlanta, Georgia, in the basement studio. They were in Atlanta, Georgia. But, guys, remember, there's even a worse one. We watched it here on my show. You guys, especially you guys that have been here with me from day one. Remember the girl that was liberating the prisons in Syria? Remember, I showed you guys the video when she was like. Now, mind you, these places have been liberated for 3 weeks at this point, 3 or 4 weeks. And they go to this empty prison and they pretend like there's a guy in this back jail. And now, mind you, everything's upturned. Syria fell. Everybody's left the prison weeks ago. And they say, oh, my God, there's somebody back there. And she's like, are you kidding me? We got to do something. And they're like, hey, he's sleeping right here. He's right here by the door. Hey. And I'm sitting there going, oh my God, is this real? I'm like, am I really watching this? Are they joking right now? And it was real shit. I'll play it here in a second. Let me give you some details on it, guys. You guys think that bad? Watch this. You watch this. Let's have a fun Friday, guys. Since it's all a fun fraud-filled Friday. We'd say that 5 times fast. Shit, I can't believe I got that out of my list. Wait till you see this. And then she's like, how have you been? And he's out there like, oh my God, thank you. You're so beautiful. And mind you, the prison's been, evacuated for 3 weeks. 3 weeks. You didn't notice anybody gone. 3 weeks. The prison's evacuated. 3 weeks. You're the only one there with no food, no water. Think about that. And they got annihilated for it, bro. And she still has a job, which is crazy. Hold on. Wait till you guys watch this. You guys want to have a fun Friday? Here, well, let's watch this. This one was so bad and so fucking cringy that when I was watching it, when you watch something and you're like, dude, I can't look at the screen. I can't. I was like, I can't look at the screen. I can't look at this bitch. I can't look at the screen. I'm too embarrassed. Watch how fake this is. Watch how fake this is. Yeah, hell yeah, she's one of their top reporters. Watch this fake shit. Now, I told you, they had cleared these prisons out over 3 weeks. I think one of them said a month. Watch this. It's going to make you not be able to look at the screen. It's not. Here you go. Here you go. Let's see where they're at. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. You guys ready for this? Buckle up.
I can't tell though. It might just be a blanket, but it's the only set that's long. Is he gonna shoot it?
The guard makes us turn the camera off while he shoots the lock off the cell door. We go in to get a closer look.
They shot the lock off and dude's still asleep.
There's something under the blanket. Is there someone there? Is someone there? Or is it just a blanket? I don't know.
Hello?
You guys seeing this shit?
I'm a civilian, he says. I'm a civilian.
Look how clean he is.
From the city of Humps, has been in the cell for 3 months.
3 months. Guys, I'm only going to play another minute, but it's terrible. I'll put it on my page tonight again for you to watch it.
Clutches my arm tightly with both hands.
Look at him holding her.
Does anyone have any water?
Look at this shit.
Mine. Okay, it's water. It's water. Okay.
Fucking pathetic, dude. Fucking pathetic. It gets worse by the minute, dude. Look.
God, the light, he says. Oh God, there is light. My God, there is light. Single-handedly, the most embarrassing outside of it's a toss-up between the fake Gulf War and that. They're single-handedly, it's so cringy, dude. Now, mind you, they shot the lock off. There's been nobody in that prison for over 3 weeks, is what they said. And he said he's been there for 3 months. But yeah, that prison, when they did the backstory on it, the prison had been, the doors had been all cut open and everybody was released. Like I said, it was a little over 3 weeks. Everybody was cut open. Come on, you mean to tell me you didn't know the prison was out? They're freeing us! Ah! And you're just like, and then he gets out, and he's in perfectly clean garb. You see his perfect shave. You see his perfect lineup and his perfect cut and his perfect. You mean to tell me you've been laying there 3 weeks like that? Hey, get the fuck out of here, man. You can't even go to the night. You can't even do the weekend in the jail and look like that. You can't go to jail on a Friday and get out on Monday. You look like you're a hobo. You come out, you're like, damn, you look rough. It's only been since Friday. Yeah, man, times are hard up in there. You know what I mean? Fucking crazy, bro. It's crazy shit. Crazy shit, man. It's crazy. I just, I don't know, man. You know, when you spend your life doing what I do, man, and doing this kind of shit, sometimes you see things and then you just go, man, bro, how are so many people? That's why I know I used to be against the simulation theory, you know, until I wasn't. You know, I was never, it's the only excuse, dude. It's the only excuse, right? Why are big swaths of people this stupid, dude? I mean, people were defending this event, you know? Yeah, he had the Xanax sleep, for 3 weeks. Think about that, William. He had a perfect lineup. Did you see him? Perfect beard, perfect bald, shiny head, fresh. He had a brand new jacket, brand new jeans on. He had everything, man. I don't know. Go figure it out for yourself, brother. I'm not black, so go figure it out for you. We're not going to talk about fucking what we're going to do to uplift black community out here. What are you going to do? What are you going to do to tell the black community to stop fucking trying to kill white people right now? You want to play that real quick? Hey, thanks for chiming in. Nobody, that's accountability. You don't want that. Accountability, that's something you guys don't want right there. Here, this is from today. This is from today. So uplift your damn self. Uplift your damn self. I don't want to hear shit. Nobody in here is racist, but I don't give a fuck, bro. Uplift yourself and stop being. Try accountability. How are you going to uplift the black race? Most people I see that are successful right now are black. What the fuck are you talking about? I don't know about you. I see successful black people, 9 out of 10 people. Well, who's not? The only people that aren't successful are the ones that aren't being successful because they're blaming other people. It's that simple. It's not something it's a black deficiency. It's an ignorant deficiency. We got ignorant white people to do the same shit. You know what I mean? But we also don't have white people going, what are we going to do to get the white people to uplift the white population, dude? I had to sit here last year for the #1 draft pick. I had to sit there. If I was black and watching that draft pick last year, listen, you had Cam Ward, whose parents are strong black man and woman Army colonels, okay? That raised this awesome football player, right? Who got first round because he's dedicated to football. Shador's in there putting, they couldn't get him to take one-on-ones with the teams because he showed up with 35 people and his music on his ear. And so he's like, they didn't take him first overall because they're racist and the blacks, it's a slave trade. What do you mean? Oh, they don't want it because he's from a strong black family and that the NFL doesn't want to have that. What is Cam Ward? His parents are colonels in the fucking military. What the fuck are you talking about? That's strong black family right there. These motherfuckers run the world. They're out there listing the shit, Think about it, dude. I speak facts, bro. I got not a drop of racism in my bone. I live in Toledo, Ohio, bro. Shit. There ain't no racism up here, I live in fucking, everybody's everybody up here in Toledo. Come to where I live. Everybody's everybody. We're all the same up here. But I tell you what, I don't want to hear nothing about what are we going to do to uplift these people? I don't know. So stop shooting each other. Don't forget, just last 2 weeks ago, all of a sudden, nobody's talking about the Toledo shooting, right? Right? Look, nobody's talking about that, right? Where 13 people got shot. Not one of them was black, but it was because 2 black gangsters got into it across from each other, a Crip and a Blood, and they started bop, 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 and hit every white person in the crowd. They didn't hit one of their people. But could you imagine a white dude's out there, blah, 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 and 13 black people were laying down there? Holy shit, it would be a conspiracy theory. They'd be like, oh yeah, dude was in the Klan, bro. It was a fake event. It was a Klan thing, bro. He made sure to hit only black folks, bro. It's honestly, bro. Black folks are. You're your own worst nightmare, dude. You're your own worst nightmare. You're taking people like myself and people like all these beautiful people in here. I only have one sister. She's married to a black guy who's one of my really good friends. I got mixed nieces and nephews. That's all I know, But I tell you what, bro. The lack of accountability and shit is killing y'all. You know what I mean? And now you're going around and fucking killing white people. God, think about this, guys. Have any of you guys watched that on TV? The white people getting killed out there just for being white. It's happening right now. Think about this.
if white people were running around through the city, come on, get them, they're black, come on, guys, go, get them, kill them, they're black, kill them. Holy shit. The FBI would swarm in like chicken hawks. Every single person would get a civil rights and a think about the charges you would get, dude. Yeah. You would, even being there, you would go to jail for the rest of your life. And it would be on every news station from here to Timbuktu. But because it's the other way around, what are you talking about? We don't know what's happening out here. White people are the ones being victimized. White people are the ones getting fucking shit on for their race, period. It's, that's it, Kyle Rittenhouse, are you kidding me? Do you know what Kyle Rittenhouse was fucking, if he was black, he would be a hero black too. His family owned the store there. There was riots coming there. They were burning down the city. He stood in front of his family stuff. He wasn't in the city. He was standing with his uncles and his friends so their family's business didn't get looted, okay? And they attacked him and were hitting him with skateboards, and the dude got ready. It's all on camera. The dude got ready to hit him with a skateboard, and he got popped and killed. And he was white, by the way. He was white, by the way, right? You know that, right? The guy that Kyle Rittenhouse killed was white. You know that, right? That's the funny thing. Kyle Rittenhouse, what do you mean? He killed another white guy that was protesting black bullshit. Think about that. That's the craziness that we live at. That's the craziness. Hey, bro, go uplift something else, bro. Go uplift, go have a peace rally somewhere else, bro. Here come the douchebags. What the hell are you going on now? Now look, you see how it is? You see how ignorant these dipshits are right here? You see how ignorant they are? Look at these dumb cunts, dude. These people, these are the ones right here, right? Let's see here. Fucking losers. That's all they are, dude. These people are fucking losers, dude. You know what I mean? You see how, guys, you see that right there? You see that right? Don't be a pussy. Don't ever be a pussy. Don't ever be a white person out there that's telling the truth. Don't ever fucking be a white person that's telling the fucking truth. That's not saying a single fucking thing racism, not a single thing, but the truth. Remember, don't ever be a white person and cow to that bullshit. They're fucking cowards, dude. They're cowards. I don't allow white people to do it to black folks, so I don't allow black folks to do it to white people neither, you fucking bastards. Now, I'm not one of them. I'm not one of them. You wouldn't address me in the streets, and you're not going to address me here. In the streets, you get your teeth knocked out. You know what I'm saying? In here, you'll get whatever. You're not going to win me. You're not going to beat me physically or mentally. That's the problem thing. And you know what? It's not even about being proud to be white. What the fuck? I just don't get it. I don't get it, you know? Well, what are you going to do to uplift the black population? I don't fucking know. What do you need them to uplift? How many guys, let me ask you guys a question. When you're perusing through your social media, right? Let's ask you a general question. White folks, black folks, anybody, right? Who's winning right now? Who do you see out there balling on every single page? Straight up. I have hundreds of thousands of people on all my pages. I see everything, right? Do black people look like they're hurting to you? Right? Do they? No. But it's funny because white people are out there dying and it don't matter. You're just a fucking country bumpkin out there, right? Because you're white. You got white privilege. No, that's not fucking, it's all bullshit, you know? You know? Yeah, Mandy, listen, brother. They don't, listen. They can't cyberbully me, man. I don't give a fuck about these people, man. I don't give a fuck about these people, dude. And I'm trying to tell you right now, don't be an apologist. The world doesn't need no more apologists. The social media is not a place for racial. Nobody in here was talking about race except for black people, genius. We were talking about the fraud at the White House. How about that? Let's put it together, you genius. Are you guys that stupid?
Hey guys, was anybody in here talking about race until the fucking race retards popped up and said, how are you going to uplift black people? Then I played a video about black people today. How about this, genius? Explain this. Explain this. This is happening as we speak right now. You don't want to do that because it's called accountability. It's something you guys aren't born with, apparently. This is happening right now. Hey, the funny thing is, I'm going to block him. Hey, listen, guys. The funny thing is, these people think that. Listen, talking about spell accountability. Should any of you guys tell them my intelligence level? Spell accountability. You know what I'm saying? These fucking trolls. These guys are shit stains right here. I got more intelligence in my pinky. You don't even know who you're talking to. You dumb cunt. You people are fucking lame. You wouldn't even know what you don't. You. How about this? Explain accountability. You fucking douchebag. David Duke is president right now. What are you talking about? David Duke is president right now. Trump right now just got caught. Trump right now just got caught stealing more money today. Stole everything from the fair. You see what's up? You see what's up? You see how lame these people are? We're having a conversation about the dickhead stealing money from everybody. They pop in here with that bullshit. You know, these people, man, listen, dude, they got the IQ of a fucking field mouse. You know what I mean? But the crazy thing is, dude, is the guy that made the announcement about Trump, right? The guy that made the announcement about Trump, they are the reason why they made the announcement today is because it's being handed over to that's the scary part, right? What Department of Justice is going to deal with it, right? What Department of Justice? We still don't have anybody arrested for fucking children. Let's talk about that, And here's the crazy thing, I don't know. You're in my life. We weren't talking to any of you about any kind of race shit, so find out your point somewhere else. Some dude popped in here and said, what are you going to do to uplift it? That's the point here, dude. Some dude came in their life talking about, what are you going to do to uplift the black population? I don't fucking know. I don't fucking know. You do it. I'm not black. Uplift yourself. That's what there you go. That's accountability. That's called showing you what accountability is. You're asking a white man what I'm going to do to uplift the black people. What's holding a black person back from doing anything that I can't do? I don't fucking know. You get treated better by the police. You get fucking white people are killed 5-1 for white people. So all the bullshit lies, that's just for dumb people, right? I watch black folk just go to town on cops when they get pulled over. Dude, I don't even get the chance. They just surround me and bash my window out. I don't even get to say nothing. I don't remember the last time I got pulled over where I got to ask a question. It was never, so it's just dumb shit, man. That's why nobody in here was talking about your dumb race bullshit, bro. Nobody cares. We were talking about somebody stealing all the fucking money from the White House again right now. Yeah, I don't know. Do you got white privilege? I don't know anybody that's got white privilege. I ain't never met one yet. I know some people that got black privilege, though. Oh, let's see. The ones that go to black universities for free because they're black. Think about that. We don't got white entertainment television. We don't got white college universities. Hell no. We don't get hired places just because we're white. So don't go there. That's never going to win. That's not going to win anything. Sure you do. Shut the fuck up. You fucking loser. You're fucking just some fucking loser, dude. Go cry. The reason why you're not successful is because you have no accountability. Go cry to somebody else. You fucking losers. No, I'm not emotional. I'm actually emotional about real things. I'm sick and tired of the little crybabies out here, right? You got people that are fucking eating children. They're fucking and eating children. And you got these little crybabies. Black folks are eternal crybabies, man. They're eternal. What's the
matter. Somebody's got to do something for you. What do you mean? What do you mean? What do we got to do? What do you got to do? You mean you got to get a job? I know that's tricky. I know that's tricky, boy. That's a 3-letter fucking agency you don't ever want to deal with. The JOB department, you know? I saw parts of it, Amanda. I saw parts of it. I saw parts of it. I've been, you know, Amanda, we're already in Hunger Games, right? Here's the thing, right? In Palestine, you've seen it, right? In Palestine, they play red light, green light every day. And now they're doing it in Lebanon. They're actually, I'm almost positive. I'm almost positive that bomb yesterday or the other day was nuclear. The way it exploded and the way that the vapor trails came off of it. I mean, it was every bit of some type of nuclear because it wasn't conventional. That's for sure. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah. I saw an ad for it. Yeah, I sure did. You know, man, when I see all this shit, I just take a deep breath. And I'm like, what the fuck, bro? Yeah, because you know why they're doing that? It's all subliminal, guys. Israel's doing Hunger Games. Okay, so I told you guys this before, all right? Everybody wants to know the eternal question, right? Everybody wants to know the eternal question. Why do people allow Palestine to keep getting done like it does, right? That's their country, and we support these people. And I've told you, the reason they allow these people to do this is because that's an open-air prison, right? Where our military-industrial complex attacks them to see what works in the battlefield. This is very true, you know, to see what works in the battlefield. That's why Israel has, like, you know, it's the size of Jersey and has the highest, you know, weapons sales in the world, right? So because they attack these innocent people and they say, oh, this worked good. This will work good. This will work good. That will work good. Meanwhile, they're committing a war crime every split second, right? And everybody's like, well, why does America do that? That's why, because it's in a military industrial complex thing. It's all it is. It's a chance to see real life shit, real life people in a real life containment zone, right? And blowing them the fuck up. You know what I'm saying? Blowing them up with every type of shit. Remember, I posted that video last couple months ago with the what's it called bomb? They were the first ones to ever drop the what's the word I'm looking for? I'm having a hard time right now. What was it? It begins with a C. I'm having a hard time right now. But you know, they dropped that on a village. There was no, just like they did the one 2 days ago. You know, tested like lab rats. That's exactly right. America, Donald Trump is the Antichrist. We are the biblical Holy Land. America is Egypt. Utah is Israel. You got to understand, man, this is what I do for a living, bro. I was the one that exposed Trump for being the Antichrist. You want to see? Listen, I could prove that Trump's the Antichrist, could I not, guys? I could prove Trump's the Antichrist in a court of law. Straight up. Maybe, you know, I could go to court right now and be like, okay, if we're going off of what it takes and what the Bible says is the Antichrist, and what I could walk in the court, show them my video, and walk out, and the jury would be like, oh shit, we don't got to walk to the back. He's the Antichrist. I'll play a quick minute of it. You guys, we haven't played a quick minute of Antichrist in a minute. You guys want to see? Donald Trump's the Antichrist, my friend. Without a doubt. He took the stage in Saudi Arabia. My uncle is William Cooper. He wrote the book Behind the Pale Horse, right? Now, what's crazy is I saw him. I had my vision of what Trump was, and I held my uncle's book up, and he was the horses that he was in, that was on the same cover of my uncle's book. You know, and that's why I think it's biblical in a ways that I was 2 years ago when I said he was an Antichrist, everybody was like, oh my God. Now you can't, shit. I'll play little clips just so you can see. Check this out.
I knew it too, because when Syria fell, right when they announced Trump won, remember, Trump never left office. He was office last time too. He admitted it, you know? Let's do this.
It's time to build, because with the slaughtering of the red heifer, that comes with the building of Solomon's temple, the third temple. As I'll show you the clip right here.
They slaughtered the red heifer.
According to Mosaic law, burning the ashes of a red heifer is a mandatory act for beginning the temple offering to God. The ashes of the
I'm trying to speed it up because it's a 25-minute video.
Who's to say there was even 2 black hairs on that red heifer? And they want you to believe that it was just a practice run. But in reality, it was the real deal. And they aired it on the news. But if it was a practice run, why would you make it public? Because they wanted us to see. They wanted us to believe it was telling us that the red heifer was not qualified. But you followed the ceremony all the way through.
Times, but fulfilled again just a few months ago when Bashar
This is the one I caught.
Vanished from power.
Right when it happened, I did a video on Syria falling. I said, guys, the Antichrist is. This is before I knew that Trump was the Antichrist. Syria fell, and I did a video. You can look back on my YouTube, right? And I said, guys, Syria just fell. And everybody's like, what? What does that matter? I was like, that's huge. Syria's never fallen before. Syria falls at the time of the Antichrist. When Syria finally falls, the Antichrist is prepared to take the stage. And I thought, holy shit. Okay, somebody's getting ready to take the stage. And I've always thought it was Jared Kushner. It's Donald Trump. I watched Russia in America. This is it, right?
No idea what is coming. So Damascus.
And we all know what happened.
All this transpired.
Wanted us to believe.
Of the red heifer that they of Damascus, which has not happened ever in history. So could this event be the catalyst that ushers in the complete fulfillment of this prophecy? But the significance doesn't just stop there, because this prophecy also alludes to the fall of a part of northern Israel. And what that means is we could be watching in the very near future, not just the setup, y'all, but the start of the Ezekiel 38-39 war, otherwise known as World War III.
This is a historic day for the Middle East.
What if Daniel 11:20 wasn't just fulfilled in ancient times, but fulfilled again just a few months ago when Bashar al-Assad quietly vanished from power in Syria? There was no war, no assassination, no chaos, just silence. And that's exactly what Daniel wrote, that he would be broken, neither in anger nor in battle. Then immediately after Daniel 11:21 says a vile person would rise in his place. Someone not given royal majesty, but who takes the kingdom through flattery. That new Syrian leader is already in power right now. Could this be the modern fulfillment that set the stage for the Antichrist?
The day Trump took office, the guy who was in charge of ISIS and Al-Qaeda, who was just in the White House, took over Damascus, and it's in ruins. Now, that country hasn't fallen in decades.
Man, I tell you what, well, you watch my video, you watch my Antichrist video, and staggering, dude. I'm telling you, it's staggering. You can't even, it's, you know, and they want you to think that, because here's the trick, right? What do I tell you guys every day? Greater Israel, you know? And I said, here comes the trickery. Trump's doing all this because he knows that no matter what he does, once he starts attacking Israel, right? Once he starts attacking Israel, the third war, okay? Everybody's going to forget everything he's done. Everybody. Ripping you off, eating babies, everything. Everybody's going to be like, oh my God, he is the greatness. Q, or they're going to say he's Q. They're going to say it's this. It's all done to happen. That's why he's taken everything and he doesn't give a fuck, because they're getting ready to strike Israel. They're getting ready to, and it's all done on purpose, because remember, what rises from that is greater Israel. That's why they're over there bombing the shit out of Lebanon. They're clearing out their new shit so that after the calamities and they come back from underground, voila, greater Israel is going to be the new world order. You and I we ain't going to see it. There ain't no way we're going to make it to it. I mean, we might. I doubt it. I doubt it. You're going to have to get through. You're going to have to get through whatever calamities come, which I think is Yellowstone, that they're going to set off. You're going to have to get through wars, famine, no water. It's going to take about 5 years of 5-6 years of hell. You might get through it. You might get through it. Don't forget, they're going to be rounding you up at the same time. It's not that you're going to be out there fighting for it and pushing through. If that was the case, I would absolutely make it, That's why they're putting those boxes full of drones in the woods, so that they just operate whenever. You saw the box I posted yesterday? It's a box full of 150 drones, the little drones, It operates with solar panels. It's a box. They put them all over the woods everywhere. They just drop them in the woods. Boom, boom, boom. And then they just open up and they just fly everywhere. And now they got drones on every square inch of the woods, so they can track you down. It's so diabolical, dude. It's so diabolical. Exactly, Renee. Fucking exactly. Exactly. I deleted these people, man. I don't give a shit about them, dude. You have to think, man. Oh, and by the way, I don't know, Dave, if that's your name, Davey, if you're still in here. I was the one that exposed the third temple was being built as the White House ballroom, and that's the third temple. That's why Trump is called the return of Cyrus the Great, because he's the non-Jew that Cyrus is the non-Jew that built the second temple. But yeah, Renee, you see how that works? You see how that works? They fly in here and ask the dumbest question, what are you going to do to upload the black people? What the fuck does that have to do with anything? I don't know. You guys need to figure it out. I don't see you guys have any problem other than your own people, That's your problem. But you see how they pop in here, and then all of a sudden you respond to it. That's why I told you guys, don't ever back down from these people, man. They're nothing. The people that are doing it are nothing but little weasels sitting in the room, they're sitting in their grandma's basement with their bots, and they're like, don't worry about it, man. Don't worry about it. The shit's getting ready to turn, man. I'm telling you. That's why Trump is just getting away. I think, honestly, guys, with them catching him doing all this stuff with the Freedom 250, I think they're going to that could signify multiple things, right? Maybe this is planned that right now, so all the shit, you stir up everybody to talk shit and go crazy. And maybe that's Trump's signal to go ahead and all he has to do, guys, remember when it happens. I've been saying it. How long have I been saying this, guys? He's going to strike Israel. I'll say it again and again and again. It's already pre-done. It's already, they're doing it together. Israel kills his own people like it's nothing anyway, right? He's going to strike Israel, and everybody's going to be like, how dare you be against Trump? He's going after the big bad juices. No, he's not. No, he's not. No, he's not, dude. No, he's not. They're doing Pogo and Zephyr. Kathy, you didn't see my video? You didn't see these videos? Shit, Kathy. I don't miss anything, guys. You guys know that. Look at these things, Kathy. I put it on my story. Here, these things right here. Yeah, Kathy, there's going to be more than just drones in the woods. There's Starlink. Yeah, remember, they made RV living, van life, homelessness, all of it's illegal. They just aren't really enforcing the van life part yet. But it is. I think what it was per conditions was 2 weeks a year, and it has to be dated and stamped from wherever you stay. Just look up the Genius Act. People are so stupid. It's right there for them. I think it's 2 weeks a year that you can be in a van, and it has to be time stamped at the park And if you go over 2 weeks, they can take your van from you. They can consider you homeless. Yep, Trump did that. The Antichrist did that. Hold on, did I? I might have deleted it off my page because I put it up here, but yeah, it was on my page yesterday. Yeah, I know. I don't either. I don't know, bro. I don't really watch movies, but I like the Captain America shit. You know what I mean? I like the shirts. What happened to any of the movies, right? They, they're going to tell you something and then they just they flake on it, right? They probably had something come up better, like some kind of politically correct cartoon or something that they wanted to put out. I don't know. I can't tell you the last movie I watched. It's too hard to watch movies. I don't know how the young folks watch movies at all. With your attention span right now, shit, man, watching a movie, that's out of my price range right there. My attention range, I should say. I can't sit down and watch a movie. I'll go crazy. I'll sit in there like, I can't sit and watch a movie. I'll try, but it's got to be, if I watch a movie, it has to be something I'm totally into. You know what I mean? Like, it's got to be something I'm totally into. And I still will flake out. Yeah, I don't know where but it was on my page, Kathy. They're little drones, right? They're little drones about this big. They look like little miniature helicopters. And they got them in these crates. And Ukraine just used the bigger versions to strike inside Russia, right? But they got them in these crates. Now, on top of the crates is these thick solar panels, right? They put these big boxes out in the middle of nowhere, right? They don't need to have any interaction, nothing. The things fly around and operate. The things open like this. Zoop. And they all fly out and they come back when they're running out of juice. They automatically go back, dock themselves, and the thing closes the lid. That's it. You never have to see them. You never have to touch them. Dearborn Police has them right now. Dearborn Police has big drones. They've got like 10 of them on the top of the big police station downtown. They got big drones. The box opens up, and whenever there's a call, the drone goes out to it. They said that they could be on site anywhere in their district in a minute. So I'm trying to tell you, man, people are underestimating what kind of lockdown's coming our way. The digital ID it's not something you're just gonna be like, shit, we use a credit card down. Oh, no. It's nothing like that. It's absolute hell. And if you I would be willing to, if I was a betting man, the minute they get the numbers, right, and I've told you guys this every day, when they get the numbers on the digital ID, well, I would say if they get 80% of the people, right, I guarantee you once they get the numbers and they don't really care about the rest, they can just consider it, they'll wrap them up when they get them, you'll probably have to start taking a jab every month, I would say. You'll probably have to take one every month. Yep. What are you going to say? You going to say no? Yeah, right. Yeah, they can stop those. But what you're dealing with, Randy, and I got those, the drones. You can disable them too. You know what I mean? You got the signal jammers. I've got those. I got a buddy that builds badass ones. But what we're dealing with, man, is it's diabolical, brother. That's what's being built up there. Starlink. It's got it's just like a total grid up there. Then they got all the drones. Then they got the flock cameras. Then dude, it's so diabolical, dude. I got this video. I just had to erase a bunch of shit today. I was watching this thing. Yeah, that's exactly right. Skynet. We're building Skynet. Now, because Palantir is Skynet, right? And I did a video a couple months ago, and I put the Terminator to Palantir. You know, in the movie Terminator, the end of the human civilization was in 2029. Isn't that crazy? That movie was made in 1984. And in 1984, it said the robots completely took over and destroyed the humans in 2029. And I remember watching that movie thinking, God, that's a long way away. I wonder if I'll see that. Here we are. Surprise. And they're right on schedule. They're right on schedule. Yeah, we definitely got Skynet, my friend. 100%. No, Lola, please stop, baby. Go chill out, honey. I know you're having a hard time. She's tripping, dude. She's tripping, dude. What a stressful situation I got going on over here. Yeah, they got the. I think I had them take it down because I had too many videos up at the time. Yeah, I think I took it down last night. But yeah, there's. Yeah, you know, the Apophis, you know, let's talk about it, man. You know, welcome to the show, by the way. You know, we're new on YouTube doing this, you know, we're from over there, but, you know, I keep getting banned as always, you know. Now, here's the deal with that kind of shit, okay? Whether you want to accept it or understand it, the real truth behind it is, you know, you're under a dome, okay? So anything that they do, Apophis or any of that shit, that's all them. You know what I mean? That's all their shit, right? And what they're going to do, and I'm pretty accurate. You can ask the people. I'm not just some, you know, I'm pretty accurate. I'm trying to tell you. I think it's Yellowstone because for the last couple of years, I watched the NASA plane, right? You know those cocksuckers. You know, excuse my language, but I watched them fly around Yellowstone for 13, 14 hours at a time. Flying around. Thank you, brother. Yeah, you. I think you know what. I think you'll appreciate us over here for sure. You will. You'll see. And I answer every and all question, man. I love people. We don't even got to agree with anything. I just like dialect. I like people that are getting it, and I especially like people that are trying to learn. And you know, because we can all learn. But you know, I definitely you know, I take pride in this shit for sure. But yeah. So here's what they were doing, right? Yeah, you're welcome, man. We have a beautiful family of people, man, that are trying to converge to coming over here. You'll like this family of people, man. They'll slowly start getting over here. But look, dude, they were that NASA plane with the big thing in the back. I mean, at one point, I watched them 3 weeks straight. I watched them do this around Yellowstone. They're setting it off. You know what I mean? They're heating up that core. They're hitting them. You know what I mean? They're hitting it with the core. I'm going to put my screen back up here. I don't like this room that I'm in. Let me put my logo back up here. But yeah, they're heating it up, and now you see all the volcanoes underwater going off. The things. I think, and then with Vladimir saying there's going to be a major cataclysm that's coming in the next couple of years. I think it's Yellowstone. There you are, brother. Nice to see you, man. Well, yeah, but yeah, you got to understand, NASA and them, they're triggering it. They got the DO weapon at the back. That's a DO device that's out the back. You know, that's a DO device that raises up. That's a high energy DO weapon. You know, I've taken pictures of it and tracked it back down to Skunk Works and everything. So yeah, they're definitely heating it up, just like the fake, you know, eclipse. That's that they're trying to split that fault line right there. That goes right up the side. They're trying to split it, and that's why they're putting these old-fashioned nuclear power plants on these fault lines, so that when Yellowstone does go off, it's going to destroy everything because you know that's the goal. America's going to be destroyed. Okay, that's just a fact. And that's why Trump told you they're putting that golden dome, because we're going to be just a data center that's going to control. We're just basically going to control the you know what I mean, the surveillance and the AI technology for the world. You know, it's pretty diabolical. Yep, HARP. Yep. Yeah, HARP is definitely, you know, HARP is always being used, but Their new that the new do technology that they've been upgrading to is just it's diabolical, bro. You know, I've been doing stuff on dues for so long, man. You know, and this is why when I told you, I don't know if you know, you've been just from over here. So a couple years ago, you guys know I monitor everything, right? And I was monitoring. I was the one that did the video with the green lights that went down over Maui, and I did it. That was January like 14th, right? And like 2 or 3 months goes by because the Maui fires was in March, right? And I was like, listen, that was a CCP satellite, a Chinese CCP satellite, and they're scanning for something. I don't know if they're going to strike something or what. And I couldn't tell at the time, you know? And my video went crazy viral when the dues happened, you know? And, you know, pretty crazy shit, bro. You know, I watch everything, dude. I'm a chicken hawk when it comes to information. You know, I see everything. Oh yeah, they just used that the quote unquote earthquake machine. They just used it. They just used it over in Lebanon. You see it in the video? Yeah, the blue paint. Yep, because it reflects. Yep, the blue paint. Diabolical shit, man. We're in a world full of just terrible people, man. They feel like they feel like they run everything. Hi, Shelly. I thought I didn't see you in there. Hi, Shelly. Sorry, I didn't say hi, Shell. I didn't see you. You missed it, Shell. There's some pretty crazy information that just that I brought. I don't know, Shelly. Did you hear? Did you hear about what was just uncovered? I don't know how long you've been here, Shell, but you might want to hear this. I'll tell you in a second. But yeah, guys. You know, these people think they own everything, right? They think that you're just a useless eater. Now they've got their ways to do it. That's why they're all going to run underground, you know. And I caught them running to Argentina, you know. Right when Trump took office, I saw this stuff going to Argentina, and I caught them, you know. Oh, well, hold on, Shelly. We got a doozy for you. We got a doozy for you. Wait till you find this out, Shelly. If you're a red-blooded American, you need to hear this. I'm going to repeat it a couple times. Sorry, guys. This is it's groundbreaking information, and everybody needs to hear it, you know? So a few hours ago, Shelly, remember we were talking about the Great American Freedom 250, right? Let me take this screenshot up again because I'm going to show you some shit. Look, it's driving me nuts. So the Great American 250, right? Remember the other day I was like, dude, Trump probably pocketed the money. That's the cheapest looking shit I've ever seen. Oh, Shelly, dude. The bottom has fallen out. So in 2016, they started America 250. It was America's 250th birthday. That's what it was called. American 250, the great celebration. Congress put $250 million in a high yield interest account and let it, you know, build fucking money. You can imagine how much $250 million in a yield account, okay, for 10 years. Imagine how much they definitely cleared over $1 billion for sure. Now, this is where it gets diabolical, Shelley. So Trump started a shell corporation, okay, and called it Freedom 250, right? You know how we know it's Freedom 250, right? It's so bad that even me saying it again right now, I have to I'm just going to, first of all, you know, I had surgery. You can see I had surgery, so I'm having a hard time anyway, but it's diabolical. He started Freedom 250, had his people call the Congress, the means person for Congress, whoever's the accountant or whatever, however it works, right? Transferred that money into the Freedom 250 account and left $50 million in that account for the event. Just $50 million. So God only knows what there. Now this is where it gets even worse. All that money gone. Now he was, for the last few years, remember when he was in Davos, right? When I was like, why is Trump in fucking Davos? The presidents don't go to Davos. That's a business thing, right? So his little snail trails of all his little sons that are making billions everywhere he goes in China and all that shit. Well, apparently for the last few years, he's been going around selling access to himself, okay, through the Freedom 250 fund, through the Freedom 250, he went and all the donors, Lockheed Martin, Boeing, all this stuff, he went to them and got them to, whoever donated more to this had access to Trump and got awarded the contracts. Now, that wasn't bad enough. He was overseas at Davos selling access to the Freedom 250 fund, advertising, and you can only imagine shit we don't understand, right? And he was giving access to the other countries, Saudi Arabia, UAE, all this shit, to have control over the Freedom 250 party, to have a say-so in how the event should go. Why do you think it failed? Why do you think it failed? Think about that. Think about that. Think about that. Think about what I'm telling you right now, how absolutely just mind-blowing this is right now. So they have found all the wire transactions between all these countries and businesses. So Trump's committed wire fraud thousands of times, major wire fraud. And they're like, listen, he says it's tactfully at the end. He said, we probably have, he kind of gives that smile. He's possibly committed massive wire fraud here. It's you want to hear him? This just was broke a few hours ago. So he's committed wire fraud. So, but hell, he was fucking children and nobody did anything about it. Listen to this. This is mind blowing, dude. This is breaking news right now, Shelley. Now watch this.
Against the obstruction and resistance of our Republican colleagues, we are dragging this fiasco out of the shadows and shining a bright light on the corruption and fraud surrounding Freedom 250. America's 250th birthday is being run by a shadow company you've never heard of. Freedom 250 has raised start at the beginning. In 2016, Congress did something rare. Republicans and Democrats came together and created a commission called America 250 to plan the 250th. They built it to be nonpartisan on purpose, so no president could ever make the country's birthday his own. Then Donald Trump decided he wanted something different. He wanted a party he could use for his own personal, political, and financial gain. So he created his own shadow entity to circumvent and supplant America 250. They call it Freedom 250. On paper, it's a shell company registered in Delaware through the same anonymous vendor the president uses for his other businesses, that's lodged inside the National Park Foundation, the charity that's funded our national parks for 50 years. Part of a charity, the LLC could take in huge sums of money without ever naming who or where it came from.
I got the rest of my video that it's released when I get out of here. I got it all finished, but it's way worse, And no, by the way, I talk about Trump's frauds all the time. You got to understand, there's two types of people here. When Trump had been when it first came in, okay. Now, mind you, my uncle's William Cooper, okay, and I knew about Nassara, so I was always dealing with Nassara in the background, and it was a real thing, right? And when Q first started coming out in 2016, I thought that was about, it coincided with Nassara, so it was a principal thing. But then I caught all the shit, right? I was on board because I'm like, okay, what they probably did is arrest Trump and say, you got to go along with this because he's a terrible human being and a terrible businessman. He's had 76 businesses that have failed. You guys, if you watch me, you would know this. And I say, this guy is an absolute piece of shit. So what I figured, they propped him up and made him set everybody up. Well, long ago, a couple years ago, I've been exposing him. Now, mind you, I got flown to Mar-a-Lago, okay? And I had millions of followers, everything. I was the one that started saying, guys, was I not, guys? I came out and said, listen, this shit's a Mossad operation, guys. Everybody, you don't know what the fuck you're talking about. I'm like, yeah, it's a Mossad operation, dude. It's Operation Trust. This is a Mossad. They don't have him under nothing. He is just, taking and stealing and getting his friends off of murder and pedophilia. Yeah, right. He gets it, and these idiots still believe it. These MAGA fucking retards, they still believe it, dude. And they make excuses for it, dude. I have been big time against it, dude. Trump's business, man. I talk about Trump's business. I give one example on Trump's business that everybody should talk about, okay? There was this guy back in the 80s that had when we say small, to you and I, it would be a pretty good sized company, but it was a small window company. He did windows in his golf courses, right? Trump knew this guy was the perfect candidate to get fucked. So what he did, he let the guy put windows in the bottom of one of his Trump towers. That's a big business, big job for a small company, right? The guy, Trump, came to him and said, hey, I want you to do the windows in all my buildings there and another couple buildings. And the guy said, I can't do that. That's big time stuff, man. Those glass mirror windows and those high rises, that's big business there, dude. You know what I mean? He said, I tell you what, you go out, you build the company and you get the shit, right? You make this possible and I'll give you my contract. So what this poor soul did, I think his name was Danny, he put this company together and went out and got major business loans, guys. And my people that follow me will tell you, I talk about it all the time. He got major leverage. He put all his business up. And he had a nice little business going, you know. He had to buy cranes and shit. You know, that's a big business, dude, you know. So Trump, he did 2 buildings. Now, mind you, that's millions and millions and millions of fucking dollars, right? Trump said, I'm not paying you. I don't have the money for that. The guy ended up committing suicide over it, the fucking scumbag. Trump scumbag. Trump said, I'm not paying you. I'm filing bankruptcy. And the dude lost everything. He went and got this whole company to help Trump because Trump talked him into doing it. He said no to him. Ended up killing himself over it. See what I'm saying? You see what I mean? We're on the same page, dude. That's what I'm telling you. I know my shit, bro. You're talking to somebody that truly knows shit, bro. And it bothers me. The only reason I supported Trump was for principle, not for person. There's a big difference. I thought the Nassar movement, because the Nassar movement was a very real movement, okay? They signed in 1998. There's 8 signatures in Congress that you don't know who they are. They're called constitutional signatures, okay? In a time of crisis, they're the ones that get, the continuity of government. They can sign shit. They can start a nuclear war. Okay. The Delta Force came and took those guys in in the helicopter, landed, and made them sign for the Nassar. They were going to take our money back out of these trusts and do it right. Now, what happened that actually got my uncle right? What happened that got my uncle William Cooper killed? 9/11, right? My uncle warned you about it. What happened because of that? The day before, they told you 2.5 trillion is missing. We don't know where it went. And then a fucking missile hit the Nassar office in the Pentagon, and they tried to tell you it was a plane. You know, so when Trump came along, you have to understand hindsight can be 20/20 and people could say, oh, this and that. No, you got to understand it's a dark world. I understand things. Okay. I figured the Delta Force that did it, I figured, okay, they took this scumbag, right? Trump, a big brashy name. They were either going to give him an option, get down or lay down. You know, I figured they gave him the old Beanie Siegel, get down or lay down, right? Like you're either going to get down or you're going to lay down and we're going to set people up. But as soon as he took office, I caught everything, bro. I did my video on Operation Trust. I've exposed everything, bro. Yeah, I believe I'm America first to the gills, you know. But see, I thought that Trump was being used, right? Because you needed a businessman with the name and the buildings, you know. Because remember, Russia was after him. You know, Russia flew him to Moscow multiple times in the 80s, you know. And so I figured he got himself, what I figured, right, is, and we talk about this quite a bit, you know. Feel free to follow us, man. This is what we do over here, bro. I figured he got himself caught up in some bullshit because we know what kind of person Trump is, you know. I figured he got himself caught up in this shit. And, yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm a principles person. So I figured that he got himself jammed up. And they were, we were going to see retribution, for my fucking uncle getting killed, by the way, which, that's why I do this. And I've done this every day. I've been doing this since fucking, I'm just so banned, but what's happened is, and when I started to realize that I knew the Q shit was bad back in the day, because when I made the movie, I was the one that made the movie called Gitmo, right? The Gitmo, The Truth Behind the Veil, right? I made a movie called Gitmo, right? And when I realized that something wasn't wrong is when Donald Rumsfeld made a sense. Donald Rumsfeld I saw him talking to people, and Donald Rumsfeld said, if people think I control, I'm just the measly defense secretary. I don't control the Pentagon, right? He's the most powerful person at the Pentagon. I don't control shit there. He said the Israelis do. They don't even have to have a thing. They walk in. If I'm in a meeting, they kick us out and use our board. And I heard him say that. And I said, okay, here, there's no way there is an operation going on where they're controlling shit like that. There's no way there's this Q shit going on. There's no way. It's too hard. It's too Loctite. There's too much shit. There's no way that would get by. Israelis are too good at the spy game. It's not happening. And I was right. I said it's a Mossad operation, and I was fucking 100% right. It's a Mossad operation called Operation Trust. Remember, the Bolsheviks did Operation Trust. Now, Israel's slick. Don't forget, they call it the Bolshevik Revolution, right? They're the Bolsheviks. The Ashkenazi Jews, that's what they are. They're the bastards. They just use different names to fool you. They just did, because if they said the Jews did this, they'd be like, oh my God, they killed some people say 50 million. I've heard 100 million. Think about that. And they want you to think Hitler did 6 million, which never happened, right? And he's supposed to be the most evil person in the world, which Hitler was the greatest leader of all time in my eyes, And, these people killed 100 million people. And they're the victim. Think about this, man. You'll learn some shit over here with me, but I'm a straight student of the game, brother. Yeah, that's Ukraine. They're from Ukraine. Ukraine is Ashkenazi. That's where, if you go look at Ukraine now, right? I've shown the videos quite often, right? If you go look at Ukraine right now, Ukraine is full. Go type in your phone right now, Jews in Ukraine. Go look at it. In the streets of Ukraine, they're everywhere. They've taken over the whole place. That's what Ukraine is. They're Jews. Yeah, they're Jews. Yeah, the Bolsheviks, man. It's called Operation Trust, man. I got a couple viral videos on Operation Trust. I got a video. Shit, they got. I got a lot of viral videos, but even them censoring me, man. It's hard, when you know your shit, man. And and you try to tell people, right? And it's crazy because you still watch these idiots that follow Trump and shit in the media, and they seriously stink. I had a lady yesterday tell me that, man, you don't even know what's going on. You don't even know. You do some research. That's what they always tell me. We laugh about it. Do some research. You don't even know what the hell's going on. We're winning out here, man. Trump took everybody down. He's the greatest. I'm like, oh my God. What? What? They really believe this. Yep. Yeah, you're exactly right, Immortal. I like that name, by the way. I like that. I like that tag sign, Immortal. I like that. Yeah, that's exactly right. Trust the plan, man. Hi, Alicia. Yeah, trust the plan, Yeah, but it's still, they control Ukraine. Okay, there was 5 Christian pastors in Ukraine. They're all dead but one, and one's missing. Yeah, the Jews. You can. It doesn't matter the population. If you got 1% of the Jews in your state, they're going to fuck shit up. I'm trying to tell you. That's how it goes. This was here. I'll show you a video from like 2 weeks ago. Here, I'll show you. Let's see. The Jewish people in Ukraine right now. Where's the video where they're in the street? I just saw one from last week. The Jews, they got TikTok and all that shit on lockdown.
War in Ukraine, smoke for the war.
But yeah, they're you can see them walking down the street. Like, they're everywhere. Look at them moving into people's houses. Look at them. Moving into people's houses that got fucked out of the war. Just like something they're pretty good at. You know what I mean? Pretty crazy, dude. Pretty crazy, dude. Yeah. The Ashkenazi Jews are the Rothschilds, They're the worst. They're the worst ones. They're the worst. You know, I gotta. You know, it's crazy, dude. Yeah, they're going back to Europe, dude, but they're getting ready to tear Europe up, buddy. Europe's getting ready. That's part of the plan. That's part of the plan. They're getting ready to tear the place up, man. They're getting ready to tear it up. See, here's the one I did a couple weeks ago, last month. Look. They just did that in Lebanon. Look at that shit. White phosphorus, the white phosphorus. No, that wasn't, believe it or not, that wasn't the Moab. That was the first ever, hold on, for some reason I'm having I forgot what it was. Yeah, it's the I don't know why I'm having it. It's not the combustible shit, but I'll think of it. I'm just having one of those days. But no, it's not. It's what's it called? God, I can't. I'm just having one of them days. I've been in surgery all day, so I'm like kind of getting. But it was the first time it was ever dropped in a war. It begins with a C. Not a compounded bomb. God, somebody help me out, guys. Yeah, I'm not here to argue the population of Ukraine. I'm telling you that Ukraine is a Jewish state. That's where they come from. I don't care about the numbers. They control it. Here's my Operation Trust video.
Guys, I want you to listen. We'll come right back.
For entertainment purposes only, TikTok. Entertainment purposes only.
Back before the internet, called Operation Trust. Anatoly Golitsyn.
Yeah, and he said that when the communists come in and take over, what they tell people is pretty much trust the plan.
Trust the plan. Sound familiar?
And they say that there's generals that are going to make everything right. You don't need to worry or do nothing.
Right,
and that really woke me up because I was like, oh my God, I've been trust the plan for too long.
Trust the plan. Everything's going to be taken care of. The White Hats are coming. Panic in D.C. White to black. Sound familiar?
So crazy, dude. So crazy that we're living in this crazy shit, you know? No, it's not cluster, man. I can't believe, guys, that I'm having a fucking hard time with this right now. You guys got to understand. I have a photographic memory. I will shut down over not knowing something right here. Hold on. I got to figure it out. Hold on. Hold on. Give me a second. Israel launches the first of its kind bomb in war. That's going to drive me fucking nuts, dude. Oh, well, I can't think of it right now, but it'll come to me. But it went down and it imploded, right? And you see the smoke, you see everything and all the dust. It basically makes your insides explode, right? That big explosion at first, it goes down and then all this shit, it like blows your insides out for fuck, man, the whole area, basically. You saw the ring, you know, anything in that ring. Yeah, thermobaric. Yeah. Anybody, thank you for that. Yeah. Anything that's in that dust cloud right there your insides blown out your ass. You know what I'm saying? It's terrible, man. You got it right. You got it right. Yeah, thermobaric. I was having a hard time, man. Yep. Yeah, it's a thermobaric bomb, and it blows. You know, it's basically when it does, and then you see everything go out. That's what it was. But they do white phosphorus runs all day, every day too. That's bad. You're not supposed to do white phosphorus bombing in war. You know, not like it matters. You got Trump in there talking to, when he's out there like, oh yeah, Bibi's a war hero. Did you see that shit? He said, Bibi's a war hero. And he goes, the nerve of this guy. He said, well, I guess that makes me a war hero too, because I'm the one that got him all the stuff. No shit. I'm saying verbatim. He's like a little toddler. He can't take any kind of, he's got to be the one. He's like, so I guess that makes me a war hero too, but nobody cares about that kind of thing. I don't get no credit. I'm like, golly, bro. Is anything beneath you, bro? We're talking about genocide here, dude. You're out there talking about I'm a war hero too, man. You're not giving me no credit. You're exactly right, Renee. Nobody should, man. And here's the craziness, fellas and ladies. MAGA, now this is what MAGA core believes, okay? They see you supporting Palestine. That makes you an ultra-liberal. Think about that. So when you say that, free Palestine or something, right? That makes you, you're just a fucking crazy liberal. You're just a freaking, a Muslim terrorist. And it's like, holy shit. I mean, they still, listen, dude, when you see these idiots that are Jews, the Nick guy, the Nick guy that walks around with the bulletproof vest on, that guy, they're all Jews, and they walk around talking about the Islam's killing us. Dude, there's never been an attack on America that was done by anybody but the blues. That's it, period, Yeah, war crimes aren't a real thing, but they're not at war. They're killing an unarmed population that's in a prison. And I've uncovered some shit. Now, you'll start seeing it now that you watch me go. You'll see. Listen. I was talking about this the other day. So I've uncovered when everybody was talking about the fraud in the daycare, right? So I tracked everything back. Now, you're not going to ever have $15 billion in fraud if it's not attached to the government, okay? $15 billion is not something that you can attain through daycares. I don't care if you had every daycare in the country. You're not there's no daycare owner in America that's got $15 billion, okay? So what happened is, as I traced it back, and you can watch my video on it, what they've done, they tried to cut me off. You see that? They took Somali warlords. That's why the Somalis full of them over there. They made them relocate their people into Minnesota. That's why they even kind of gave them the little Somali flag on their Minnesota flag, right? Now, they started a thing over there in Somaliland called Somaliland. It's a circle in the middle of the desert across the ocean, across the Gulf from Palestine. Now, what they're going to do here, just last year, Bibi Netanyahu went to have a meeting and ratified Somaliland as a state or whatever you call it, right? And you're sitting there going, why the hell is Bibi Netanyahu? What does he want to do with these black dudes down in Somalia? What the hell is going on with this guy, right? Well, that's why they moved everybody out of there, and he's using IDF as their protection. So whoever makes it through the Hunger Games over there, whoever's left, they're going to relocate them to Somaliland, and that's where they're going, another open-air prison. Yep. And just yesterday, was it not, guys? Was I not proven right again yesterday? They just came out yesterday and said, oh, my God, the plans have been leaked to relocate the Palestinians. And I said, I told you months ago. Did I not? All my regulars, did I not? Did I not? I told you months ago. And just yesterday, they leaked plans that they're going to relocate the remaining Palestinians to an unknown location. No, it's a known location. I know exactly where it's at. It's mind-blowing, bro. Yeah, it's mind-blowing. Bro. I'm telling you. I really be doing this. I found them going to Argentina right when Trump took office. I started noticing Bibi was down there in Argentina with that weirdo all the time. So I followed the money, and then I found these webcams, right? And I happened to turn on this webcam that was filming these buildings going down in the middle of nowhere, and the IDF was protecting them. And I thought, oh, what did I find here? So I tracked it back and found this little teeny meeting with these people. And what did I say, guys? Go look at my YouTube. A year ago, I said, guys, they're going to run to Argentina when this is all done, just like they did after World War II. like 4 months goes by, Trump said, we're giving Argentina $40 billion. I said, see? And then guess what? 2 weeks ago, Peter Thiel came out and said, I'm leaving for Argentina. I said, dude, I'm trying to tell you, man, my accuracy is pretty crazy. It's pretty crazy because I actually do real research, man. I really do it. I don't, I do this 24 hours a day. And I found some shit. I got more for you, too. You don't want to wait till you find out about what I found out about the scientists about 4 months before the scientists ever got broke. I'm telling you, dude. I'm trying to tell you. You'll find out why I'm so banned. I'm telling you. No shit, genius. Well, you see what happens when you're just trying to be an asshole? What are you going on about? Do you see this douchebag down here? What are you going on about? Somaliland's not next to Palestine. It's across the way. What the fuck did I just tell you? Do you see these idiots right here that just try to be an asshole? Now you look stupid. What did I just tell you? Somaliland is across the Gulf from Palestine, where Bibi Netanyahu signed off on them being the country. He just signed off on them being an official country, and IDF is going to be their military, and that's where they're moving the remaining Palestinians when it's all said and done. So what are you going on about? The fuck are you talking about? You see, you should stop trying to be an asshole all the time. You popped in here being a douchebag, and you look stupid. I told you when I started the story that it's across the Gulf. It's a circle in the middle of Somalia where they're going to put the fucking Palestinians, dickhead. You start listening instead of trying to be a D-bag every once in a while. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to tell you some shit, and you pop in here. What are you going on about, bro? It's across. It's not. What are you talking about, bro? It's not even over there, bro. It's across the water. No shit. No shit. Holy shit. We have found Einstein. I fucking was looking for you, dude. Holy shit. Where you been? Were you out there sniffing someone's balls or something? What the fuck are you talking about, dude? Go look at it. You want me to show you, dipshit? You're clearly just trying to be a douchebag. You look stupid now. Hey, what was the first words that came out of my mouth, guys? I'll let somebody in here tell you. What was the first words that came out of my mouth about Somaliland? What was the first words that came out of my mouth when I said Somaliland? What was the first words? Go ahead while I look it up. Tell this douchebag. I love these guys. They don't know shit. They're the ones that try to act like know-it-alls. They're dumb as fuck. Trust me, they're dumb as fuck. What are you going on about, dude? It's not even over there. It's not even over there. It's across the street. What are you talking about, dickhead? No shit. I said, they're using Somaliland because it's across the Gulf in a circle in the middle of Somaliland that the IDF is now protecting because that's where they're moving people. You dumb shit. You know, that's what happens when you're sniffing balls and you try to interject yourself into a real man's conversation. We're intelligent people. I don't barge in and say dumb shit like that. That's why I don't look stupid like you just did. I'll show you Bibi Netanyahu in Somaliland. I got plenty of videos on it. He's the one that ratified Somaliland as its country, the only one that's ever done.
What do they got? Belief and freedom, democracy, and opportunity are stronger than extremism, terrorism, and chaos. So this agreement is not only about diplomacy, it's about building farms, agriculture, hospitals, businesses, technologies, and jobs. It's about...
He now is officially in charge of Somaliland.
That's exactly right. I promised you, I don't run my mouth for no fucking reason, bro. I know what I'm talking about. And I damn sure don't pop in to be an asshole. If you're talking and trying to say something, I want to hear what you got to say. But you chimed in with bullshit. Every single thing you've said has been irrelevant. And then you come in and look like the total douchebag. It's because they're idiots, Renee. They're idiots, dude. We got good ones in here. And then you got, dude, he had to pull his head out of some dude's ball sack real quick to comment. You know what I mean? Hold on. Let me put your nuts up real quick. What are you talking about, dude? What are you going on about, bro? What are you talking about, dude? It's not over here. Don't you know? It's not over there. It's not even by Palestine. What are you talking about? Boy, you're dumb as fuck. One thing I can't stand is a stupid motherfucker, bro. And you, a stupid, arrogant motherfucker. You don't want to go there with intelligence with me, bub. Because I'll embarrass you and I'll slap you in public. It don't matter which other way you want to go about it. I don't disrespect nobody in here. Every single person that's come in here to ask a genuine question, I've answered it. I've given them information. I've answered whatever questions. We've had conversation. But you just keep popping your head out of whoever's balls and taint you're licking. And you're like, oh, dude, what are you talking about over there? Fuck, man. What's going on YouTube, man? What's going on, dude? Are you guys, is it because it's such a game site? And what are you talking about, dude? What are you talking about, you potato person? Shut up. He was probably snipping your ass. That's the thing. You fucking loser. You're a fucking loser too, dude. Stay away from children. Look at you, fucking loser. You see what happens when you embarrass these people? They got the intelligence of a fucking troll, you know what I mean? They're really stupid, you know? Look, dude chimed in. You guys have fun, man. You guys have fun. That's all you can say when you're that stupid, right? That's all you can say when you're that fucking stupid. Oh, shit. You know what? Being an asshole really fucked me over here because now I got to go. And I'm going to go over here and time out. And dude ain't playing around over here. You know why? Because these little cowards, all right? Listen, I can guarantee you right now, I could draw a picture of who these people are. Listen, real men don't do that kind of shit, right? They're the little weasels that they can't do anything in life, right? They can't be a man in life, so they talk big brawling shit online, right? But they always look stupid because they're just trying to be an asshole, right? But in real life, if I even looked at him, he'd be like, I didn't say anything. Like, wasn't me. Shit, maybe it was him. You know what I'm saying? And that's how they are. You know, it's because YouTube's such a gaming site. So they're over there playing. They're over there playing whatever game these people are playing. They're trying to fish for children, probably, and they took time out to talk to somebody that's talking real shit, right? He had his head up some toddler's asshole somewhere. You know, I'm trying to tell you, man. It's devil comes after people like me, man. It's why you got to be strong. I don't give a fuck about these people, straight up. You know what I mean? It's hilarious, you know. Yep, the open air, exactly, my friend. You know, and bro, you're new here, and we've had good conversations, dude. You know, Frost or whatever, Frost Geese. I can't see their old name because I broke my phone, but you know, that's how it is. You know, and then pop in talking shit, and they're just like, bro, what are you talking about? What are you doing? It's hilarious, dude. But you know, dude, listen, guys, this just goes to show you, bro. Listen, man. Don't ever worry about these people. It's like the people that they've already tried to come in here and talk shit because you weren't uplifting black people to some whatever for no reason. We weren't talking anything about anything, right? And then this guy pops in. Yeah, you don't know, the Jews only control. You know what he was? He was definitely a Juice for sure. For sure, that's what it is. He was a juice box for sure, because he was really mad that I was exposing them all in Ukraine right now. Remember, he kept chiming in with the stats on how many are in Ukraine right now. Bro, they don't even know how many Ukrainians are in Ukraine. What do you think they know the percentage of Jews that are in Ukraine? Think about this. Think about what the stats he's telling you. Hey, bro, you know, 100,000%. There's only 3.5% people are Jews. What are you talking about? Half of Ukraine is in rubbles and they're digging ditches in the backyard trying to fight each other. They don't even know who's fighting the war. Hell, they could probably go out there and what? Are you Ukrainian? Yep. Are you sure? Yep. I got a blue bag. I got a blue piece of tape on my arm, don't I? Think about that. That's how little they know. You know how easy it would be to infiltrate somebody over there? They speak the same language, right? Just go out there and put blue bandage, wrap your shit in blue and start walking down the fucking trenches. Blah, 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 blah. You know? That's what I'm talking about. They don't even know how many fucking Ukrainians are in Ukraine, and he's trying to give you the stats on the juices. You see how pathetic they are? They hate people like me because I expose them. I don't give a damn about them. You know what I mean? I don't give a damn. They hate you and I, guys. They want to see you and your children. They want you guys gone, bro. Black, white, Mexican, it don't matter. It don't matter. They hate you equally. And the biggest misconception about them, the biggest misconception is that you think that they don't like the Muslims. No, they don't like Christians. They hate Christians way worse than Muslims, bro. They just use us because we're gullible to get rid of them. And then when they're done, they're on us now. They're on our stage now, you know? They're on our stage now. We've weakened enough of the Muslim countries now. You know what I'm saying? So it's like crazy world we live in, dude. Crazy world we live in. Damn, my page just uploaded. Sorry I didn't see your quick questions, brother. Yeah, hell yeah. I remember when they were doing that, when they were burning it was in a lot of the land that you're talking about, the burning down the land, a lot of it was in Brazil, remember? It was in Brazil because Brazil has the rainforest, you know? Brazil is just this massive, you know, Amazon rainforest. And remember they were going through there and they were just burning down swaths of land, taking all the trees. They weren't even doing shit with the trees. They were just burning shit down, trying to claim territory, you know? But they overthrew that Brazilian government and put a more, you know, people type of person in there. And they stopped that for the most part. For the most part, I'm not going to say they stopped it because there's money involved and you can't stop anything with that kind of money involved. You know, these bastards will do whatever for the money, but you're right. And I'm sure they've done it in other areas like what you were mentioning. I'm sure they did, you know, I'm sure they do, bro. You know what I mean? Because anytime, let me tell you another little piece of fucking crazy information. You want to know another little jewel to take with you to your toolbox of knowledge? So, you want to talk about gaining land? You want to talk about some real crazy land grab? Ghislaine Maxwell, you know, the right hand to old Epstein, she started her company. Her foundation was called the Terramar Foundation, right? Terramar. Now, remember, she was a submarine. She had her submarine. She had like a military grade submarine pilot's license, right? Terramar, they were staking claims to big areas of the ocean, right? The free ocean, right? They were staking claims to the ocean under the Terramar Foundation because they knew where land was coming up. Yeah, go look at my videos. I got Terramar stuff on my page. Yeah, nobody talks about that. So they were taking big swaths of the ocean and were actually getting granted, go figure, right? Because it's Epstein, he runs the world, you know? They were actually, land grabbing the ocean, bro. You think it's bad they're doing that to the rainforest and stuff, bro? They were taking land grabs of the ocean. That's something you can whip out in public somewhere and talk to somebody, and they'll be like, "What?" And they'll look at you like you're crazy, and then they'll look it up and they'll be like, "Oh my God, how did you know that?" Because they don't want you to know about it. I promise you that. How many people? I don't think I've met anybody that talks about the Terramar Foundation. You know, that was Ghislaine's product. That's her shit. Why do you think the lady that's responsible for all the evil in the world that pretty much controlled Epstein was her project was the Terramar Foundation? You know. Oh yeah, dude. Peter Thiel. Listen, bro. I hate Peter Thiel. I talk about Peter Thiel all the time. That's why I was saying Peter Thiel just got, when I was talking about exposing them in Argentina. Peter Thiel had in September 15th of last year, September 15th to September 19th, a 4-day thing. He had a convention called the Antichrist Convention, right? Peter Thiel, to this very day, guys, you want to talk about raising some hell, nobody says nothing. Peter Thiel, to this very day, he writes checks from Jeffrey Epstein's bank account. Yep, to this day. Hell, he wrote a $180 million check just like 6 months ago. From Epstein's, from the Zorro Trust. From the Zorro Trust. He still writes it. That's what I'm telling you, man. These people are, they're still there. Epstein was the most powerful man in the world that you're ever going to lay eyes on. I mean, it sucks to say it, but I can tell you this. I've never seen one human being have 2 place cards at the family of 13. Think about that, guys. I talk about that quite a bit. Jeffrey Epstein was the placeholder for the Rothschilds, which is the number 1 spot, right? And who's the number 2? The Rockefellers, right? He's the place card holder for the Rockefellers as well. Think about that. You don't hear about that, do you? Think about how powerful Epstein was. Why do you think he walked out of prison, dude? Think about how powerful he was, bro. To hold the place card, a family of 13. Think about 8 billion people in the world. Okay. There's 13 families. There's 13 people that sit around and discuss things, on top of all the other foul shit they do. And he holds 2 of the 13. That's incredible. Yep, he was real close with Rockefeller. Yep. Think about that. That's staggering, bro. When you understand, see, my uncle was big on exposing these people, man. Palm Beach Pete. Oh, and you want to know something crazy about Palm Beach Pete? You guys remember this back a couple months ago, guys? So I commented on Palm Beach Pete thing, right? Tell me why Palm Beach Pete was responding to me on TikTok. Nobody else. We were trying to find people. We were looking all over. He was responding to me on fucking TikTok. And I'm like, dude, I don't want to respond to, I don't want to talk to Epstein. We were trying to find him if he was responding to people. Fuck no. People they banned my page because of it. Of course, they always do. They ban me for everything. But the people were like, oh my God, Palm Beach Pete's having a conversation with you. And then my page got banned in the middle of it. So I don't know whatever came from it. Crazy. Dude, when you know, bro. There's just like there's limited amount of people there, in the world of truth, the people that speak up about truth like myself, okay? This is just a very real thing. There's not that many people in the world that truly understand it all. Seriously. A lot of people that are very smart at this stuff, they do a topic, right? They're into UFOs, right? Or they're into Bigfoot, or they're into the reptilians. I'm just giving you examples, right? Or they're into child trafficking, or they're into the elites, or they're into, the Knights of the Golden Circle, or whatever you want to go down, right? And I absolutely understand all of it, inside and out. So I'm a major problem to them. Trust me. I had 2.5 million people on TikTok gone. You ask them, they fry me for everything. It's dangerous. But it is what it is, dude. You got to speak up about this shit, because here's how I tell my people this, dude. Here's what I tell people, right? My type of information is different in the fact that when you have idiots like the idiot that chimed in here to try to be slick and say shit, when you slip up and say something wrong or a mistake something, okay, I'm just giving you an example, right? I'm not talking about myself. I'm just trying to give you an example, right? People instantly dismiss you. And that's just a human thing, right? Especially people trying to be assholes, right? You mistake something and don't say something wrong, they dismiss you. You don't know. You could tell him a million things. You could give him the freaking, the E equals MC squared formula, and he doesn't know nothing, right? But with myself, I have photographic memory, and this is what my family does. This is what I've done. When you know that I truly understand shit, and I get
actually brings people to the truth. Even if they hate your guts, it brings people to the truth, because then it starts, you're like, oh shit, you know, this guy does know what he's talking about right here, because you don't get dismissed. And that's what's wrong with a lot of truth. People think that you don't know shit because of something you might have fucking said or did, right? And they'll dismiss you, and truth just goes under the bridge. You know, you guys all do it. You guys are all smart. Every one of you guys are all smart. Hell yeah, we're all having, I respect every single person in here. You guys all are smart. That's how it starts. That's how it goes. Everybody's in their own progression, you know? Doesn't matter where you're at. You're smart. You're going the right way, right? But you know what I mean. If you guys were talking to somebody, okay, and you guys know your shit, right? And you're listening to somebody and he says some dumb shit, it could just be one thing. And you'd be like, ah. You know, you look at him and you're like, ah. You know, you don't disrespect him, but you're like, ah, well, you know, you're going to have a hard time with that with me. I promise you. It's hard. I'm not telling you I'm perfect by no means, but this is what I do, and I love it. I love what I do. I'll die behind this shit, and they will kill me over it. You know, I'm already getting visits and shit. You know, I'm already getting paid visits, so I already know how it's going. I already know where it's ending. You're exactly right, Immortal. You see, it's about the broader picture. Yep. And what I try to tell people, right? I try to tell people, because people will come up to you and be like, oh, man, I've been doing this for 10 years. I've been doing this for 14 years. That's good. That's great, and that's awesome. And that is good. But listen, you know, first of all, there's really no time limit to the truth, right? It's ever adapting. I work on it 24 hours a day, and every rabbit hole, right? The truth is not down one or two rabbit holes. They've laced that motherfucker with 1,000 rabbit holes. So it takes time. It's not an intelligence thing. It takes time to go through it, and you'll find yourself wrong. In the course of time, you'll find yourself making mistakes. But what you have to do is you have to have accountability. See how we go back to accountability? You have to have accountability. You have to be like, you know what, guys, I was wrong about this. I was wrong about this, because you see where you can kind of see how they threw you off. But some people will refuse to accept that they're wrong, and they'll just, like the people that still support Trump, right? Their main thing is accountability, because they don't want to go tell their family they were wrong about this dude, because they probably fought with their family over it, right? So they're riding this shit out. They're looking past pedophilia, fraud, theft. They're looking past everything, because accountability, guys. It's what it is, man. It's accountability, man. It's what it is. Bottom line. Yeah, you're exactly right, Renee. You're exactly right. And I do it. You know, nobody's perfect. You know, I'll do it. But it's easy, you know. That you have to look at things, you know. But then you'll people, every single person that listens in here, everyone, and welcome to you guys, the new folks in here, man. We like to have you guys in here. Trust me. I appreciate all you guys in here. I'm glad you guys are in here. I'm glad you guys hopped in here today. I hope you guys follow. I'm going to be doing all my lives over here for a while. So, and I love talking. I answer everybody no matter what, you know. But look, they used to shut me down so bad, bro. Listen to this, okay? Listen how bad this is, right? Now, you're going to laugh at this. So they banned me on TikTok, right? Because I was getting hundreds of millions of views every month, right? So they just kept banning me, boom, no matter what. So then I would post a video, like I exposed the hologram shit with Charlie Kirk, right? And as it was happening, I made a page real quick and it went viral, right? Because people look for my stuff, right? So last Christmas or the Christmas before, I made a page and it just took off. I can't remember what it was. I posted and it went viral. Within 2 days, I had a page with 0 friends, 0 nothing, and it went viral. So it allowed me to go and do a live, right? Well, these guys were talking about I can't remember what it was. They were talking about UFOs and shit. I was trying to expose what the truth behind it was. It was a bunch of things, right? There was like 1,800 people in there when I joined in. There was like 30 people in the little call logs, you know, the little chats. It got dead silent, dude. The whole thing was listening to what I had to say, right? And people were like, who is this dude? What the hell? By the time I was done talking, there was like 13,000 people in there. And out of nowhere, TikTok just banned me and banned half the people that were in there just for being in there. Dude, I got messages the whole week, bro. What the hell? They banned us just for being in there, listening to you. We weren't even saying shit. I'm like, see? And here's the funny thing. We had a lady that was just in here that was new to us well, it's not new, but she had, she posted, she took a video of my live about 2 weeks ago and posted like a minute clip on TikTok. She's never had a violation. They banned her page over it because I was the one talking. Fucking crazy. They have AI trained on me, dude. They have AI trained on me. So I have to talk, go on AI and use the little AI voice. I found that works a little bit. They just banned my TikTok page for posting the video of them climbing the Empire State Building. Can you believe that? Can you believe that? They stooped to know. They look right before I came on here. I couldn't believe it. I had another video going viral. So what happens is they know people are going to be able to, people are going to find me again. So they just cut me off. It's really shitty. But that comes, guys, even if it happens to all of you guys in here that do it, man, keep doing it, guys. Keep doing it. If I could tell you guys anything, all you guys out there that are smart truthers, all you guys out there, dude, keep fucking doing it, man. Keep doing it. Even if you make mistakes, keep doing it, dude. You guys are so important, dude. I'm trying to tell you, you ladies, guys, I say you guys in general, keep doing it. Don't ever stop, man. It sure does, Renee. Yeah, rabbit. Yeah, sure. See, look, dude, I exposed. I'm actually redoing a movie right now about the Charlie Kirk. See, here's the crazy thing. We were actually live. Most of these people that are in here will tell you we were live when it happened. I exposed everything as it would happen. There's no shots. There's no exploding microphone. It's a hologram. And here's the crazy thing, right? I exposed the trap door. People were stealing my trap door video, trying to claim it for theirs. My finger was in the trap door video. Remember that, guys? And it bothers me because I get banned. These people will take credit. It's shitty, I caught them trying to move the trap door the same day, all this shit, right? And yesterday, I have actually some pretty breaking news that I told you guys about a little bit about last night. I'm redoing my Charlie Kirk thing. I'm putting everything together, making like because people are trying to lead you down the wrong path. They're trying to get you to think that it was an exploding level arch. They're trying to get you up the wrong path. When you see the talking heads arguing about gunshots, when they're the paid agitators, they're trying to get you to think that it was some kind of gun. It's not what happened. It was a test run for holograms, because what did I say, guys, when we started this live 2 years ago? I said, everybody said, give me one big prediction, all this shit, I said, they're going to use Bluebeam. Bluebeam's coming because Bluebeam works with Antichrist. Bluebeam will get you to the New World Order. And where are we going right now? Bluebeam could start tomorrow. They're getting ready for it. And what I believe the Charlie Kirk was, they let people have an up close, let's see how people take an up-close hologram. Let's see how they take it. And people failed miserably. People bought it because the technology, man, you're not going to understand it. That's why there was no blood. That's why the blood was running. People throw all this information out for no reason. No, it's an exploding microphone. I saw this guy saying it. So I showed you the video of the blood going in circles, bro. No exploding microphone makes the blood go in circles, makes the ring fingers go across all the rings and the fingers bend back. But I found some new shit yesterday that's going to be crazy. So I look for things because I'm trying to show that what I believe is I believe you're looking at a half a hologram and a half of people that were interjected, right? They had the real crowd up in the bleacher seats kind of, and the fill-ins down at the bottom, okay? And I've said that from day one, and I think I've totally proven it yesterday, mind-blowing. So I just happened to be looking at somebody's video, and I said, boo, look at this. There's guys with cameras and stuff, and they take the turn, and they're walking, and their legs are in reverse. I caught like 4 of them. One guy turned this way, and his leg was turned the opposite direction, like he was walking around the corner in reverse. I said, that's a holographic image flaw that you just didn't catch, and I caught him. Yep. So my new hologram. When I get ready to put that movie out in the next couple of days, it'll get me banned again, of course, but I don't give a shit. But that's it. I found some new shit on top of all the stuff I've already told you. When you see this, one of the guys carrying like a camo bag, the camera bag, and he's walking this way, and his whole leg is in reverse. He's going this way after the shooting, and his leg is going like this. Turned around. I'm like, look at this. look at this. And then I looked for another one, and there was a dude the dude that was wearing the gloves. His hands are in reverse. If you stop it, they're on this. They're reversed. It's crazy. Yeah, you'll see it, brother, man. You'll see it. Here's the deal, though. I get ready to put something out, and then I see things that I want to add, and I'm a perfectionist about it. So I have to keep redoing it so many times. It'll be out in the next day or two. I'll get it out. It's just going to be clips of putting everything together. But bro, I promise you. See, here's the crazy thing. I found the day it happened, right? When the guy reached up there, people thought he was removing camera film. I found the exact holograph projector image. I zoomed in on the thing, with the guy that took the shit down from behind it right after the so-called shooting. I zoomed in, right? And I scanned an image through AI, not through AI, through my picture photo thing, right? And I found that hologram projector online for $156,000. Yep. And the guys with the phone, they're not giving close. It's a triangulation. That's why he's holding his phone here. Dude over there is holding his phone like this, and dude over here is holding his phone. Holograms work. They look material when they can triangulate. That's how holograms look vivid. You know what I mean? So it's just technology you don't understand. That's all. I actually zoomed in on him on the screen on the phone. If you watch my video, and you can watch the triangle, right? I go, watch this. And you can go look at my videos on Facebook, right? It goes boom, boom, boom. You see the three triangles, and then you see Charlie's head glitch, like Total Recall. It glitched. I said, there you go. It's a hologram. You can't tell me nothing. I don't care. I don't want to hear. The Pope could come down and give you a speech about it. And I found out a lot more shit, didn't I, guys? I found out about who I think his father really is. Bro, I really do this shit, bro. I'm a real problem for these people, dude. I'm telling you. You want to know why God works with us over here, dude? I was doing this stuff during why this event just happened, okay? And I was looking for some stuff for Charlie Kirk. This is going to blow your mind if you haven't heard this yet, okay? Go look at my YouTube when we get done. So I'm looking, and an advertisement for the Waco, Texas thing comes across my screen. David Koresh, remember David Koresh in Waco? And it comes across my screen, and I look at it, and I'm like, that's fucking Charlie Kirk. And I thought it was Charlie Kirk. I'm like, did Charlie Kirk play David Koresh? So I that's God interjecting with me right there, okay? And they'll tell you about God being in our chat room. That's for another day. So I zoom in and I start going down Waco. You have no idea what I found out. God, the shit I find out, dude. So the pregnant women that were allowed to leave Waco, remember when they burned it down? He let only the pregnant women go. I had a couple pregnant women left. They all gave birth in 1993. Charlie Kirk was born in 1993. Now, you put a picture, if you look at my video, I put a picture of David Koresh next to Charlie Kirk. Brother, they are fucking splitting images of each other. And some say, well, that could be a coincidence. First of all, coincidences don't exist. I don't believe in coincidences at all, He has two very unique genetic traits that are very rare to have him on both, right? He has the little centerline part with the curl right here, that's not many people have that, the little V weird shit, right? The reversed cowlick. And he's got the butt chin, the big butt chin. Those are genetic indeficiencies, right? It's a genetic marker, right? David Koresh has them both. So he's clearly his son. It's clearly his son. He handed him down to it, right? Now, when you start finding out about Charlie Kirk, guess what? What do you find out? He's been with Trump since 2005, 2004. He was a little kid. They're trying to say his dad had him and Erica Kirk and them. No, they are agents, bro. They're working. It's MK Ultra. It's all that shit. These are the government children that go through the MK Ultra and get put in positions of power. You don't just get to start something like, TPUSA and take over the youth of America and not be plugged into the people. Fuck no. That doesn't happen. Me and you couldn't go out and start something and become TP Part 2? Fuck no, you'd be a goner. You're out of here. You wouldn't even get to the first 10,000 person crowd. It's over for you. They're taking you to prison for something. You're going to get money laundering charges or something. Seriously. Those people are there because they play their part in MK Ultra. They're MK Ultra or whatever version of Monarch or whatever version of the MK Ultra they are. That's what they use. That's why all the people in positions of power are part of that program. Yeah, for sure. Yep. Remember, I got a picture of her and Charlie sitting there doing this number, the Madras, right? Doing the the Rock La Familia, right? Now, you guys, you got to remember, they need people to look like the devil's advocate, They need people to look like they're beeping, because if they don't, you and I are going to catch on to the bullshit. So what they do is you got the people, the women over here. Candace is a saint, You got like the dude that has the Bible app. What's the dude's name that does the shows? He's arguing that it's a Levlar thing, and he's found the people that did the Levlar shit. Then you got these guys over here arguing over the shots. None of them, not one of them is talking about, you have not seen one of them talk about holograms. Not one of them has talked about a hologram. You know why? Because that's the button right there. That's the press. I'm telling you, my hologram shit went crazy viral quick. I started a TikTok page, like I told you, because it's always banned every day, right? This is crazy. I needed to use the TikTok, the green screen. So I made a TikTok green screen, didn't think anything of it. This is a funny story I tell about the Charlie Kirk day, right? Because we were watching this live. I uncovered all this within 30 minutes, guys, of that thing. I made the videos. I was doing green screens, and I was just uploading them and putting them over in my thing. Dude, I went back to my TikTok. I had one video had 6 million views. One had 3 million views. I had hundreds of thousands of followers, and I go back again and they banned the page. I was like, holy shit, it's got to be a record. I went from 000 to all that within an hour. It was crazy, bro. I'm telling you, it was crazy. And I'm just trying to tell you, bro, crazy. That's why you're not going to hear about the hologram, bro. You're never going to hear about the hologram. You're going to hear these dudes look like they're telling you all the secrets, bro. But none of them are going to talk about the hologram when we clearly found a trap door. You don't ever hear them talk about the trap door. Saw them relocating the trap door so you couldn't put two and two together. I found the news report in the trap door. I'm the one that found that Palantir owned the house where the gun was found. I did a video. I always, brother, that's what I do. I have ways and means to do it. I know how to look at things. You'll get that way. You're into shit. You guys know. There's ways you just got to focus on things, man. And there's clues to everything. It's hard to explain, but you can find it. So when they started saying that the gun was found at a house, I said, oh, let's see who owns the house. Within 10 minminutes, I found that Palantir. I just bought it 3 weeks before, and I put the video out, and they got exposed for Palantir owning the house. Yeah, it's how it goes, bro. I'm telling you, dude. That's why you don't hear about the hologram. They want you to think, man, this guy's over here talking about a hologram. Oh, you want to talk about 9/11? Yes, sir. They killed my uncle over 9/11. 9/11's my shit. I take that shit serious to the heart. Hell no, Arabs. There's not an Arab that had ever anything to do with that. It's the Mossad, bro. It's the Mossad, bro. The deep state and the Mossad. They were, we were about to, the Nasara was about to expose the fraud, and all the corruption. The Israel did it, so we would go and take out all these lands. Remember, they wanted Iraq and Iran and all that shit. So they brought the buildings down and said Osama. Osama bin Laden was the CIA's biggest asset. He was their right-hand man. He was the one that brought down Russia for them, Osama was no terrorist. Believe it or not. Osama was not. He was the one that was a religious guy, and the Russians were killing those people. So he helped the CIA Russians were wiping out the Osama, right? We came out there and brought the shoulder arm stingers and shit to them and trained them how to use them, So it changed the game. We gave them that 2 years later. Russia was out of there, and then we turned on them. The dancing Israelis, yep. I got all that shit. The dancing Israelis, the video on the 99th or the 92nd floor with the boxes of thermite on the wall? You can look on the wall, it says thermite, right? You can see the explosions. Now, here, let me tell you just a little basic thing about it, okay? In 2001, right? I fly all the time. I used to fly every weekend, right? Because my family's always lived all over the place. So I lived, in 2001, your phone couldn't work. Hell, if you tried to turn your phone off 100 foot off the ground, your phone wouldn't work, right? Remember, they wanted to tell you that they were calling you from the sky and they were saying, we're going to get them, right? That point, your phone couldn't work over 200 feet off the ground back then. They'll tell you that. So there's little things that let you know. What they did is the people that were in those planes, this is how sick and fucked up it is. Those planes were flown to Cleveland. Okay, I tracked them to Cleveland. What happened to the people on those planes? I don't know. I can't tell you that. I can tell you what I think, but I don't like to do opinions. I'm not big on opinions. You know what I mean? Because once I start giving you opinions, the idiots that chime in, like the dude over there, is talking about, what are you talking about, bro? It's not even by there. It's across the water. Those kind of idiots, right? They're like, oh, I don't give opinions, bro. If I tell you something, you can take it to the bank. What else could I tell you? The missile. See, look, my family, my stepdad was the last Top Gun instructor, right? So my dad was a Navy SEAL. My stepdad was the last Top Gun instructor. I was born after the war, and my mom's from New Zealand, right? All my New Zealand family are commercial airline pilots, okay? They told me right away, no airline pilot on planet Earth could fly a commercial airliner down that low to go up. First of all, you know how airlift works, right? To go underneath a telephone pole and directly hit the Pentagon. No way. It could never possible. The lift wouldn't work. You'd slam into the ground. And no telephone poles were broken, remember? And there was no plane parts found anywhere on the Pentagon. And, I could keep going, bro. I got it all. Yeah, it's definitely the juices, without a shadow of a doubt. It's them. Israel, I hate to say that because that's how you get clipped up, but they are behind everything. USS, they did the Liberty. They did all the wars were started. You guys know your history about World War I and World War II. They're behind all that. Germany won World War I. I'll give you a quick history lesson. I got to get off. I have mouth cancer. I just got back. I had surgery today. As you can see, I got all my shit. I'm starting to lose my voice. The Germans, remember World War I, the leaders were still rocking horses and shit, So the German leaders, the royalty, the German, the royals, they were on the way home. They had just won the war. Guess what? The juices, why they were on the way home, sold them out and did the Treaty of Versailles, the Versailles Treaty, and Germany lost. And Germany plunged into the worst depression ever. And Hitler's the greatest leader ever. He didn't do any of that shit. None of that shit they tell you, it's all lies, bro. Hitler was removing them, letting them go live over there, paying for them. He brought them out of pure desolation. That's why Patton said, when Patton realized the truth, he said, Patton was trying to rearm the Germans. Patton had gone to his people and said, holy shit, we made a mistake. We got to go against Stalin because Stalin was a monster. Let's rearm the Germans and take Stalin. A week later, they killed him. Yeah, it's crazy shit, bro. I know my shit, man. Yeah, Davey. The hole in the ground with nothing there, right? You think about how dumb that was. They showed you just a hole in the ground, and they're like, a commercial airliner plunged to the ground here. Well, where did everything go? It was demolished. I mean, dude, you just got to think, man. I'll tell you this before I go. When these kind of events happen, right? When these kind of events happen, people think off in reaction off emotions, bro. That's all it is. That's why I tell people, like after the Charlie Kirk thing, right? I was telling everybody right away, there was nobody doing any conspiracy thing. My people right here will tell you. People were losing their mind at me. Oh my God, how dare you? I hear that every day. How dare you? How dare you? People think off their reactions. Most people are just reactionary emotion, and they don't let logic ever seep in, believe it or not. That's why the truth will never be in the percentages. We're still in the 10% of the population, if that. You know what I mean? Well, how many population do you think knows the truth about things? Because these MAGA idiots that are still MAGA, they think they know the truth. Think about it. You see what I mean? A lot of people think that they really know the truth, and that that people like us are idiots because we, and it's a weird world, bro. The people that really know the truth are very, very, very small, man. But that's why I do these lives, brother. So if you guys are new here, check in, bro. I do this every day. I'll answer all your questions. We can go down any rabbit hole you want. I respect all of you guys, no matter, dude. I love having you guys in here that ask questions, bro, that know your shit. Not even saying that you're asking questions. I just like smart people. Even if you know everything and you're just trying to listen, bro, that's a credit to you guys, bro. Yep. I got to go, guys. Unfortunately, man, I might come back on a little bit later, but I'm losing my voice, bro. I'm having a pretty rough night. So I love all you guys, man. You guys have a great night. It was great talking to all you newbies, man. Make sure you sub me. I go live all the time. So we'll go live again. And whatever you guys want to, my Facebook is at Morgan Clark. So if you want to go down through my reels, you'll see some shit. You'll go look at why they killed the scientists. There's one I got for you that nobody's explained. Go find the scientist video. You'll see. See you guys.